Hello, family. How is everyone doing today? Karibuni sana. Here's another episode of the Africa Today show right here on the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And of course, karibuni sana kwa kipindi cha leo. Na natumai mtakuwa na mimi hadi muda wa kipindi cha leo kwa muda wa masaa mawili nikisha tuweze kuzungumza na kujadiliana. If you do understand that. For those who literally know Swahili in the building, because most of you say you know Swahili, kindly translate what I said. Karibuni sana kwenye kipindi cha leo. Natumai mtakuwa na mimi hadi mwisho wa kipindi hichi. Kipindi hiki kinachukua masaa mawili, lisaa la masaa mawili tuweze kuzungumzana, kujadiliana katika mazungumzo ya leo. But anyway, karibuni sana. That's just basically me saying in Swahili, welcome onto today's shows, and I hope you guys are looking forward to stick around till the end of the show as we get to have an amazing conversation. Yet another amazing conversation. My name is Joby. For the first time viewers, I hope you guys are doing amazing. For here in Nairobi, we are at, and I hope you're also in good weather. In Nairobi, we are at 22 degrees Celsius today. Yesterday, remember, we were at 23, but I can say it's a little bit cold. It's been raining, drizzling, but you let me know how is your side. How are you feeling today? It been on Wednesday. Shout out to you. And I hope you guys are looking forward to be sending gifts to Katie. Katie's birthday is next week, but she's not like me. I think one thing I've come to notice with Katie, we're kind of different when it comes especially to our birthdays. She's not that type of a person who hypes up her birthday like the way I do. You guys are going to know my birthday like 2 months before. 2 months before. That is just Joby. I'm just super extra. I'm just extra like that. But anyway, karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing great on your end, and of course looking forward to be with me till the end of the show. Shout out to everyone on Facebook, those who are with us on YouTube. I don't know if the radio is on my end or other kids took it away from me, but in case you are listening to me through the radio, shout out to you. Let me know where you're streaming with me from. Let me see if the radio is on my end. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, of course, and let me know what's up. But yes, karibuni. And of course, today we have some amazing conversation to discuss. I have a few things to share. And one of the matters I want to start covering, or rather talk about, is one of the issues that has been trending, not just only in the diaspora, but also right here in Kenya, about this guy, Ivan Otieno, who was literally, suffocated to the ground, and literally what we saw these Virginia deputies restraining him. And of course, we happened to, from the information I happened to get, is that he was having some mental issues, but still this is not the way to really handle a person. And my first question, before I even get to share the whole article, the videos, or I think majority of you maybe might have seen what is really going on, but it is so sad to see that our Kenyan government is not taking this serious as the way we see. This is the same issue we keep on discussing every day. When it comes to us African people, our lives are like flies, mosquitoes which you can just zap anytime. It's just like it's like a zap. You just zap anytime, because it's just like, it can, mosquitoes are harmful. Mosquitoes bring malaria, so every time you're gonna see a mosquito, you're gonna zap it, because you're gonna be like, if you don't kill it, of course it's just gonna be biting, and you barely know, especially right now with all the mosquitoes we have, genetically made mosquitoes, what would really happen. So my question is, till when are we going to tolerate this, not just in the African continent? Because let me tell you guys, I think when we say when we speak of gun violence all the time, we see, or rather think of it's just in the US alone. But when I come to think about our lives generally, now if you remove the gun, because I think that is one of the things we were discussing yesterday, and we said Africa is way better off without guns because of one, tribalism. But again, when you come to think of our lives as African people, no matter where we are literally we are a threat to this white supremacy. With the mosquito, we just getting zapped anytime. hey, these are mosquito. There may be even those mosquitoes that are not literally effective, like general mosquito. You know, there are those mosquitoes which are literally not effective, like general mosquito. But you just see them, that is literally what white people do. If you come to think, in and outside the continent, our lives are a threat. Just this week, we've been reporting about the Chinese government coming after the Central African Republic because of the 9 citizens of China who are literally, apparently they were killed in and they were here actually stealing gold. That is what, according to what we got, they were not just here. They just came to visit the Central African Republic. No, they were here taking gold, but no one is talking about that. All is being focused on is how these people's life has been literally taken away. And if I am to count general, not just the Central Africa, Africans are being blamed. Till when are we going to watch this keep on happening? This is just super crazy. And I go back to the point of what I want to share about this guy, Ivron. I think he goes by the name Ivon. Let me see his name. I think he goes by the name Ivron, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Yeah, but I'll call him Otieno. That is the easiest I'll get. Otieno is a Kenyan resident. He's a Kenyan, but I think they relocated in Virginia maybe when they were young. He's probably grown there, but he happens to be having mental health issues. These are reports I've seen even our own media here in Kenya covering, but our government has not talked about it. What our government is telling us, especially when you're demanding this type of rights, because these are the type of things we need to be fighting for. These are the type of things we need to be going there asking revolution about, because our lives are part of the revolution. Our lives are part of all this change that we really require. Our lives are literally under a threat everywhere we go. We're fighting for our rights. That is a threat. Or you go back to the house because you're not supposed to be speaking up. As an African person, you're supposed to remain stupid, unaware of nothing. Literally just stay there like a dumb person. All you have to do is just keep on following rules. Till when? Ruto is not talking about this, but what they're doing is talking about we've lost 8 billion. Literally, when people had not started demonstrating, that was on Monday, but they came forth on the press talking about we've lost already 2 billion because of the demonstration that has been held by the opposition. Promoting one, fear by placing police officers because people are fighting for justice. Promoting fear too in the name of violence. This is gonna cause violence. People are demonstrating peacefully. You're the one causing violence. Huh? Ruto is not talking about this life that is being, we see the media covering up, but what is being done. But we saw the Pakistan, how the issue was being followed. Right now we see this other Indian guy who was killed by the lava, how the issue is being followed. But when it comes to us African people, it's just like, another one, that's okay. This needs to stop. The normalization of us being brutally, unconsiderably and unthoughtfully, every time we feel like, they feel like they can really just terminate us anyhow. This needs to be called to an end. This needs to be called to an end. This is just super sad. What they're doing is just buying cars after telling us 2 billion is lost, but in real sense, they're stealing money and not even talking about the real situation we're facing that as African people. Because if you really want to become a leader, even before, if you're becoming a leader of the country, think you're becoming a leader of the whole continent. You need to set an example. An example of how you, as much as you care for your people, you care for the Tanzanians, the Ugandans, the Zambians, the Namibians. You care for literally the whole of the African continent. But once you just neglect the one life that literally is from your own country, it means that you don't even care about the rest. It's just super crazy. But I see Keith in the building. I bet you are in a bad area. But thank you so much for tuning in via the chat. The chat, you're saying that I can't access the internet. I'm in a very bad area right now. Of course, thank you so much for tuning in though. But Kay Karibu Sana also seeing the building. You're saying that we have been made in to throw away people. This is just super crazy. It needs to be stopped. We can't keep on saying. Well, I think the more we keep on saying it, we're giving it power. But again, everything is now coming into an open eye. Like, everything is coming into our eyes. Literally everything is being into our ears and our eyes. We're seeing it right now. Everything that has been hidden, every agenda, as much as they have not really gotten into the 2030s, we're still seeing the truth coming out. That is the good point, I'd say. But thank you so much for joining in, Kay. You're saying that they say African lives have no value nowhere in the planet. This is just crazy. And do you think that is a good term? That is not a good term. That is a very powerful term. They say African lives have no value nowhere on the planet. Meaning what? We should not be existing here. We are the first we're the first people here in this planet. Then you're telling us our lives are literally, they have no value. You're the one who has no value, because I literally created you. I gave you life. I gave you education. I gave you knowledge. All you did is just literally just civilize me. Take my people, you tortured them. We're talking about slavery and all that. If I want to speak on of who should not be literally having any value here, it's you. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. It's not me. I belong here. This is my space, my place. Period. Yes, and you're saying that it is a shame. It is a shame completely, Kay. And you're also saying that Keith is saying that how about that, Joby? Yes, you are a threat to the white supremacy. So they are desperate leaders to kill you. It is crazy, and we're seeing this happening right now every day. I was just watching something, and this literally it's something that has been happening for eras, it's crazy to see how Africans have been super made. When I try to look at the Obama era, Obama came to Africa, especially Kenya, a couple of times. Man, I remember how people used to cheer. I remember that period. If I can find those videos and pull up them for you, how people were cheering that Obama is in Kenya, and how this guy is from the Luo, especially when he came with this notion of he's from the Luo, and then they showed us his grandma, where he originated from, which part of the Western Kenya. Oh my God. We've been so indoctrinated. But this indoctrination needs to stop. I go back to what Jason says. It's either we go with the people who have really been really awoken, or it's either everyone takes a dad nap. Like, because it's super, super crazy. Our lives are a threat every day, and this is what we're tolerating. Let me see if I can pull up this and then go back to what I want to talk about. I don't want to jinx myself so much, but let me get to share this. When I try to connect everything, right now we're dealing with the situation of LGBTQ, climate control, climate change, and all this nonsense we're seeing right now. I didn't know Obama, when he used to come and talk about it, not just in Kenya, but literally even when he was giving his speeches on how all these things are supposed to be affecting the world. Oh my God, people thought this guy was a hero. Oh my God. People thought this guy was a hero. Let me see. Obama in Kenya, in his village. Let me see if I can get that. All right. Let me see if I really meet Obama's. Okay, let me see if I can pull up this one, share with you. But I also see Keith, you're saying that because they say Chinese lives have value, not African lives, then enough with the notion, because I believe my life is way more important. Then I go back to the point where I'm asking you, we created these people. They can't tell me how my life is literally not of any value. I gave you, if I am to look around, I gave you life. I gave you life by teaching you how to take a bath, clothe yourself, shave yourself, because you're super hairy, okay? You're so dirty, so stinking. Even after you taking, after me giving you education, you're just naturally stinking. So you can't come tell me, oh my God, you can't come tell me that my life, you're so crazy, and you're the one literally whose life has no value in this planet, because you're evil. You're so evil. And it's beyond just process my, it's just beyond just beyond. It's beyond. I never thought that I'd come to know white people are this crazy. I mean, as much as I never really loved white people, I'm like, still, I never thought in my life that these people are this. I can't even call them narcissists. I don't even know how to call them. Like, these people are just crazy. Like, it's crazy. But also, say you're saying that, how are you doing? I think you're saying hi to Kay, and you're also saying that exactly 100% Joby, you're supposed to stay stupid and scared of everything. Not me though, because I always say if I was scared of everything, I'd still be where I was years back then. But it's the thing that cheers to Obama the buggy man. Exactly where I wanna take you, because this one, as I go back to this particular issue of Otieno, this guy was literally suffocated to the ground and is mental ill. And with everything that the media is saying, I'm so certain it's completely not true. But I go back to this point. Let me share this. Let me see if I can really share this. This is what the media was showing us. This is the reason why you see that our lives are considered not important, because when you see these kind of things, we come with minds have been totally switched in a way we can't explain. That is what I was really asking today on my show. And man, pardon if you guys did try to catch up with my show. I don't know what happened to the voice. I was not literally being heard, but I was saying on my show, it doesn't make sense to me, and it's literally astonished me in the morning, trying to process this and trying to overthink, because I'm an overthinker. How do you plan how to indoctrinate people? I mean, we give them knowledge, we give them everything, we give them knowledge, which is literally everything, and they also add up by stealing. But it doesn't add up to me how these people sat down, thought of colonizing Africans. They studied the mentality, they indoctrinated us, took over our religion, gave us a backward system of education. Because I was saying earlier, if you look at Africans who used to study science, real spiritual science. We're speaking of also arts. That was part of also classes, arts, music, which is literally not even now considered as anything important. That's why you see music has been literally super fucked up, like Keith says. They've even changed the frequency, because we barely even do not know anything right now to do with music as African people. But I ask myself, how did they manage to just plan? I'd really love to read an article. That's what I was saying early in the morning. If you are right here, maybe you can put it on the chat. If you have any article that really breaks down how these people arranged everything, I'd really love to read that, because I understand this mentality. That is another mentality that I really can't even. It's just I can't. I try to process it. It's just how brilliant, wickedly brilliant, are you? Because everything they planned, it has conquered super well. As much as everything right now is coming into an open eye, still, that was a serious one. That was a really, really serious one. But let me share this. This was a film that was done that was in 2008. You can see they're showing us Obama's home. And basically what I'm showing this is what they do. They bring these Western people to make us feel like, they're important in our lives. And this is why you see our lives are literally not important, because they have already indoctrinated us to the point their lives are more important than us as African people. So we need to bow and worship them and give them all the power. And when I speak of power, even serving the energy. Let me share this.
Almost an hour westward from Nairobi, the tarmac roads turns
And
into
this is definitely a lie, because Keith confirmed this to us, right? This is just all a lie. They can do anything. And the fact they control media, they can make us believe anything. Let me see if I can really find anything that makes sense. This is them showing us where really Obama comes from in the village. But I think we have this one. Let me see if I can find this one. How true really this is, but this is one of the stories.
It is a journey with so many people who are family to me, and so many people be family to me.
You hear that? That is not a joke, okay? I don't take that as a joke. People are family to me, and people who claim to be family to me. For me, if I take it, it's like family to you is these people who have been kept here in power to work with you. Of course, you're here to deliver messages and all that. And people who claim to be family is people who have so much tribalism here in Africa, including our country here in Kenya, the Luos, because they believe Obama is from their tribe, and do not tell a Luo anything, because this is one of the things that holds their ego. Do you know I'm from? Do you know Obama? Do you know I'm related to Obama? That is the first thing they tell you. That is a Luo's mentality.
Today, I'm really coming as a brother, as a citizen of the world, as someone with a connection to Africa, to talk about the importance.
As a brother, as a citizen of the world, not the nation, not Kenya, not a citizen of Kenya. We get that? I know this. It's so easy to connect the dots right now with these people's speech. We just get the truth out of them, like they say it openly, you know. So how is it like us for Kenyans we don't really see? This guy did not say I'm Kenyan. I come here because I originated from. He didn't mention that. But this is the same issue why we see our lives are literally not even considered serious, because we've bowed so much to these people in such a way. Now we're talking about climate change, which I shall be going back to. But what is happening on this other side in Virginia? There are police officers. Let me get to read this for you. In Virginia, sheriff, deputies, and medical staffs were wrestled with a handcuffed Ivory Otieno, a 28-year-old black man, for several minutes at a Senate mental hospital before he died. And the alternation took place on March 6th. We are on March 22nd. But you know, this video was circulating. It has been circulating, I think, since last week. This is when we've seen this issue coming out. So one, it has been hidden. Not only just from us as African people, but also our government. You can't tell me we're so... Ruto is this stupid not to be knowing what is going on even with these people in this country. Of course, he doesn't care. But this is why we need to actually make a change, because we need people who care. We need when a black life is literally endangered, that is supposed to be taken very serious. We need to have a board, okay? You mess with mine, I mess with yours, okay? There's no way we're supposed to be inequality. There's no inequality here. You have power, I have power too, but African people were taken so weak because of this kind of things. This is just super crazy. They're saying that the alternation took place on the March 6th as Otieno was being admitted to Central State Hospital in Pittsburgh, Virginia, according to the Dinwiddie County Commonwealth Attorney Ann Capable. And Otieno's death, which captured national attention, is the latest example of a black man dying during violent encounter with the law enforcement. And of course, we go back just a few months ago. We saw what happened to this guy. I can't remember his name, but we were speaking about him there. This guy who was pulled over and they were beating him mercilessly, and then the cops were claimed to be innocent. And I was like, are you kidding me? How are these cops innocent? And we have a clear video showing of what is really going on. This is just super insane. I don't know. This is just super insane. But they're saying that the police have arrested and charged 3 former employees of the mental health hospital and severe sheriff's deputies of Henrico County, Virginia, with second-degree murder in Otieno's death. Most of the deputies and hospital employees involved in the case are also black. Of course, then this is the stupidest thing that literally does not make sense to me, family. Let me understand. Are cops also that thirsty in America? I mean, I know the system is all created the same, But we know our police officers right here, rather, our officers right here in Africa, they're literally thirsty of money. I don't know if they're thirsty of blood and death. We do have maybe some who are, not sure. But black police officers, especially in America, you want to tell me these people have no clear evidence or literally no, not even minimal history of who they are and where they come from and who they're dealing with and working for? I mean, is it desperation? I mean, I understand, yes, a black man in America to get a job and all that, especially. I mean, I understand that, but still, is it that bad? To this point, now we're seeing black cops even turning now against black people. We see it right here in Africa. I mean, that is, like you guys say, it's normal. Some things are considered like normal, but no, I don't expect that in the in US. I don't totally expect that. I do not expect that. But let me share this video of what really conspired. Let me share this video of what conspired. Let me turn down this music, yeah. Share this what happened.
Welcome to the Filthy Batch series,
Police officers take an oath to protect and serve,
where we go precinct to precinct, finding the dirtiest cops.
Deli joined the force in 2015, but tonight he's in jail charged with rape.
Some officers are misusing their authority.
And now, the accused.
This morning, 7 Virginia deputies and 3 staff members of a state psychiatric hospital near Richmond are accused of murdering and torturing a man with mental health issues. The disturbing death of 28-year-old Ivo Otieno, allegedly all caught on yet-to-be-released hospital surveillance tape.
March 3rd, Rico police placed an emergency custody order on Ivo Otieno after receiving a call for burglary in his neighborhood. Police took Otieno to Parham Doctors Hospital to receive help, but there, police claimed Otieno assaulted 3 officers, and he was later arrested.
And I'm certain he didn't. Pardon me. I'm certain he didn't assault any police officers. I'm certain he didn't. How did he assault them when he was handcuffed? This guy was literally handcuffed when this guy was literally squeezing and suffocating him on the ground. How did he attack police? The media is such a, oh my God. This is just a big lie. This is a big lie. How did they? Whether before or not, I'm not buying any of that. Whether he was handcuffed or not, I'm certain this guy did not attack any of these officers. If you are a murderer, you are a murderer. Okay?
3 days later, Henry took Otieno to Central State Hospital in Dinwiddie County. But 3.5 hours after his arrival, state police were called to investigate his death. Investigators were told Otieno had become combative and that he had died while being restrained. While the autopsy has yet to be made public, the Dinwiddie Commonwealth's attorney said she charged 7 Henrico deputies with second-degree murder based on criminal information.
All 10 suspects accused of second-degree murder. What prosecutors claim
10 people against one person. What type of animosity is this? And all of them, despite 2, are black people. And I'm trying to understand again, and I want you guys to answer me if you are on the chat, kindly, and if you are listening to me. Is it a normal thing also, like in America, cops, like, is it thirsty for blood or is it thirsty for jobs? I don't understand. Which one is it? Oh, do they not really also understand history of the black history in America? That the black people in America, they do not really get that. I don't understand those 3 things. Is it thirsty for blood, where, like, you know, the white supremacy has really worked on their heads so much now? It's now like a culture thing, like, you know, even for now, black cops to be going against black people instead of you being actually the one protecting them, you know? And is it also a desperation for job? And if none of the above, do they really not understand history of a black man, especially a black man in America? I want to understand that. But I see Kay was saying that you're saying that we have to work together, not sure how to go about it. We do have to, of course. I do agree with you, but we have to figure a way out. We have to. And just saying that, Lord, we thought Obama would do something for us. It didn't happen. We used to hear the same thing. Oh, Obama is gonna change. I used to hear the same thing, like Obama is gonna be the change in the face of America and all this, till now everything is coming out. Till now, with everything I'm knowing. But you're saying that who knew basing everything in color would be so successful? It's crazy. And you're also saying that Obama was it's crazy. Okay, I tell you, it's crazy. That is crazy. And you're saying Obama was a CIA Obama was a CIA, whatever that kid made up bullshit about Kenya, and that's why he wasn't taken. He hasn't taken his ass back there, and he doesn't give a shit about Kenyan people, nor African people globally. Period. Because he said it clearly. I came here as a brother. No, he said again. He said, I come here to my family, and for me, we take it for the family is the puppet who, of course, he's working with, and people who claim to be my family. This goes to the Luo people because they're always bragging and beating their chest, man. I'm proud because I'm Luo, because do you know Obama comes from the Luo tribe? Huh? And he also said he comes here as a brother and a citizen to the world. So not a citizen of Kenya. That is not declared anywhere. We need to just stop with this. I don't know. Kenyans believe so much. Most of them believe that this guy is Kenyan because of also what the media they use the media to also use that propaganda, and it works super well because you can even see them showing us their grandmother and all that nonsense. It's crazy. But it's saying that I see Danielson Karibu Sana, you're saying what's up? What's the subject matter today? Today we shall be talking about, generally, I personally right now I'm talking about Ivron Otieno. He's a Kenyan who is based in Virginia, and he happened to be having mental illness. But despite all this, whatever the case was, I believe the way he died is not the way that he was supposed to be handled. And my question again, I'm asking myself, I'm seeing the black cops. There were 10 cops in Virginia, deputies actually, that were part of this, and they're claiming, the media is claiming that this guy, attacked 3 police officers, which I'm certain it's not true because this guy was handcuffed. I don't know if this video really contains I'm not certain it contains the video of how it happens. Let's continue.
It's a stunning case of excessive force. Among the horrific accusations allegedly caught on video, the 7 deputies and hospital staff holding Otieno down for 12 minutes, even as he's handcuffed and in leg irons.
My son was tortured. My son was treated. A dog was a dog.
Information is simply a written accusation of a crime by a public official, like a prosecutor, based upon a written complaint. Even though the deputies have been arrested on this information, they are still entitled to have a grand jury hear the evidence and determine whether there is probable cause.
There's no determination here. There's evidence, and we're seeing it. There is pure evidence for crying out loud. White supremacy is just something else,
Suffocation. Preliminary cause of death, suffocation. And the prosecutor says there's another video allegedly showing Otieno being punched in the chest and pepper sprayed by 3 of the deputies before being taken to the psychiatric hospital. The officers also accused of a cover-up. Authorities say the Henrico Sheriff's deputies brought Otieno to the hospital on March 6th at 3:58 p.m. to admit him as a patient. State investigators were told he became combative during the admission process, but the prosecutor says there was no evidence of Otieno being combative.
Words can't describe what I just saw today. At what point do we consider mental illness a crime? Can someone explain to me why my brother is not here right now? Someone explain to me why my mother can't sleep, can't eat.
And of course you see who we have on the you see already who we have. Every time I pull up any black person that has been literally, whose life has been literally taken away by this white supremacy, you always see these people. This guy, I don't know his name, like I've forgotten his name, totally not even interested in his name, but these people have been placed here to act like they are in favor of black people. He is totally not of any difference with those black cops, because it's just gonna give reparation of lives, right? That is what they do. Money, let's talk about this aside. This doesn't have to go so far. Let us give you money and all that. Benjamin Crump, yeah, that's him. Benjamin Crump. Is Crump? Is it Crump or Crap? That's him. You see him, of course, it's not gonna happen.
We're broken. Our hearts broke.
I want to offer my sincerest sympathies and heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Atieno. This tragedy highlights the challenges of our community that our community members face while seeking mental health treatment.
Yes.
And then what happens? What happens next? What happens after that? Has our Kenyan government literally even talked about this? No. Is Ruto even concerned? No, he's not. He's not concerned. This light is really too much. I don't know if you guys can really see me, but I see it really reflecting my face a lot. But I hope you guys can see me. I'm asking, our Kenyan government has not done anything. This is the video. I think majority of you, the video, it has been circulating online. This is what happened. He's totally handcuffed. Tell me, what did this guy do? He is handcuffed. What did he do? He is handcuffed, for crying out loud. Suffocating him to the ground. What did he do? He had done nothing. This is just super crazy. This has been shown in one of our medias, but it's all posted in our media, but nothing has been done. No justice. Kenya is not even talking about this. It's just another black life that has gone. Another normal day. It's another normal day, like they say, right? This is just super crazy. But let me know how you feel about this for those who are with me on the chat. I see Kitty saying that, excuse me, it's not true. Joby, that's just what non-African people say and feel that our lives do not have value because you're docile and allow everyone to disrespect you. I agree. I agree with you. I agree. And they're also saying that, Kay, that yes, they're poor power trip. I agree. And also saying that Jason Hill, that let the fake alien invasion start. Meanwhile, Fox can kill as many cops as then. And also saying that the white people are God and better than you. And you need not better than me. I'm sorry. And you need us to help you cultivate all this wealth because you are stupid, fucked up, and backwards and handle it your own way. Trust me, sometimes I get angry when you're using such kind of terms, Keith. I'm always getting angry because I always feel like it's like we're giving power back. It's the energy. We're giving the energy back. Okay? Saying that, African people, no. African people are African people are smart, brilliant. We're waking up. Okay? I always feel like it's like we're giving power back and we need to reclaim it back. That is what we need to do. We're not stupid. No, at least not me. I know it's not me. Like majority are not stupid. Maybe we can just call it, let's call it sleep. Okay? We're just sleeping because that is what exactly we've learned. Sleeping. Our ancestors had to take us back. We had to go back to sleep. And they had to be created. But not them owning power. Okay? That is the only thing we did by giving them power super much to this particular point, or them taking power to this particular much. But it's saying that worship us and give us all their wealth to us, their land, their gold, their silver, their rubber, the cocoa, the tea farms, the coffee farms, and we'll give you these goofy niggers a book telling them to wait and keep on praying, and the kingdom of heaven is there in heaven. The poor are happy. You should maintain being happy because you're poor. It's just crazy and sounds super backward, super crazy. That is just so crazy. It's just super crazy. And I was to say, there was something I was to say, one of the things I learned in religion. Yeah, I was to say that in Maria's show. I was taught even writing God in capital small, it's an abomination. I remember when I don't know why I wrote capital small G of God, and I was told like, hey, you can't do that. You can't write God with small G. Even Jesus, you can't write Jesus with small G. You have to write in capital because it's Jesus. They've even given power to these names, like it's crazy. But it's saying, unfortunately, we are following behind the other people. We're following behind the other people, and there was no need to delete him. I agree with you, but that is what is really going on in this particular part of Virginia. But on this other side of Kenya, like I said, I've not seen the government talking about it. Ruto is not concerned. That is none of his business, according to what I see for him. He's concerned about buying cars. Each account right now, they've been deposited 800 million after saying that we've lost 2 billion due to people demonstrating. Then you're all of a sudden, a day after, you have money to buy cars. You must be balling, Mr. President. You're balling. You're really, really balling. But moving further, I also want to talk about what is going on in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, they're about to be taken up to that digital currency, It's about that time. I think that is where Nigeria literally right now is heading. Remember, actually last month, they had gone on protest, and this is regarding the shortage of cash. And of course, they also went into election, and immediately we saw literally some politicians being arrested because they can get access to cash, but citizens cannot get access to cash. It doesn't make sense how you get access to cash for you as a politician. You can go throwing money everywhere, but you don't have. You can go literally bribing people to come vote for you, but you don't have cash to give us. You're not opening the banks. You're not telling people to open. You're not letting. You're not talking to Mr. President to tell him to open the banks and all that. But what is going on in Nigeria? They are about to actually go to that digital currency, which is one of the things I think it has been telling and warning us about where we're really headed. They're saying that Nigerians have increasingly turned to a once-spanned digital currency to transact after a chaotic demonetization policy gave rise to the shortage of banknotes and bolstered demand of the alternative payment methods. And the value of the Naira transaction has surged 63% to 22 billion Naira. And this year, while about 13 million so-called e-wallets have been opened, and a more than 12-fold increase from October. And the central bank in Nigeria governor gave this particular information. And they're saying that the amount of currency circulating in Africa's largest economy has meanwhile dropped to about 1 trillion Naira from 3.2 trillion Naira. That is a big gap in September. And he told reporters in Abuja. And the county was hit by the acute cash shortage last year, after the central bank began replacing old 200 nairas, 500 nairas, and 1,000 nairas notes with new ones in a bid mop up access liquidity and in inflation and curb rising insecurity. And some states governors challenged the program in court, and the Supreme Court extended that till 10th of February. And remember, that is exactly when we had people demonstrating about it, because they were like, you told us this is the deadline, but still also we do not also still have access to our cash and all that. But they're saying that in order to sustain the efforts to bring the informal economic under control, the central bank plans only to put an optional level of cash in circulation to discourage people from bypassing the banking system, according to the MFIL, and the regulator is working with operators to resolve congression that hinder smooth electronic payments. Digital currency. Are we ready for this? I don't think, and I think like kids said, they're using Nigeria right now too, because especially like if this is what they really want to bring in Africa, they're gonna start with the most populated country in Africa, that is Nigeria. So if they don't definitely agree to this, then it's gonna lead us, the rest of the African countries also going along with it. And this is gonna be, we know what this is. Control, this calls for control, which brings me to a video I wanna share, Control. Are we ready for this? I don't know if Africa is really ready for this. Are we ready for this? Nigerians need to realize they are the majority and they need to fight this. We cannot allow digital currency to literally attack us at this particular point. We cannot. But I see Robert Williams Karibu Sana in the building, and you're saying that, yeah, Joby, he's bailing with your money. Exactly. And you're also saying that he's balling. Exactly. He's balling with my money. Man, don't even say it. If I try to imagine the taxes we're being literally, if you look at the taxes we're paying when we're purchasing electricity, it's a lot. These taxes that you look at the money and the units you're getting, man, and tokens have become super expensive. And not only are they expensive, they're going super quick, especially when you have electronic stuff like in your house. You have to purchase way good enough type of token. Then those, can you imagine? I'm way better off because there's someone who's surviving literally maybe daily. Those people are living hand to mouth, trust you me, and they are literally dwelling on electricity. There are those who purchase tokens daily, on a daily, $1 daily. $1, because $1 it's literally like 3 units, 5 units. You can use that for a day. If you just have the bulbs on, not the TV on, it's just super crazy. But basically, this in the system, of course. And just saying, the black police officers in America, Joby, are coons. They know what the police do to black people, and they don't care. Most are dealing with deep self-hate issues because of growing up in white supremacy. And basically, that would be the problem. And I'd agree with you, because what would be another problem? It's leading you to be acting up this way. You're supposed to be acting up as an example by you protecting your people because you understand the black history better. But what you're doing is totally opposite. Totally opposite. Killing your brothers. You must be so dummy. These are the people, these are the people you need to be dealing with, These coons, we need to be dealing with them. You can't be born a coon then. You're not supposed to be allowed to even, man, like the Nigerian lady said, we're supposed to be smelled the first day. You see you're a coon, bro. You gone. You should go. Bye. You should go. But also see, they say that, damn, that's sad. He looks like an African immigrant. What country was he from, Joby? Do they say, yes, he was from Virginia. He's a Kenyan, but he was from Virginia. It is called, let me see the name of the town. It's Virginia. Let me read that name again. Henrico. No, the deputies are from Henrico County, but the guy is from Virginia. Yeah, Virginia. It's Virginia, Henrico County, Virginia. I think it's the same maybe area, if I'm not wrong. If you guys understand the states way better. But it's saying that, damn, that's sad. I think I read that. But let me. I was talking about Nigeria. What now I'm saying is that We're seeing that right now Nigeria is facing that, is going to that particular point, because they're speaking about digital currency right now, introducing digital currency, and you can see them comparing the cash shortage and the e-wallets that have been opened. So you see what this is really calling for. And I'm asking, or rather I'm saying, like what Keith said and told us, if they're gonna start with Nigeria, this is gonna lead the rest of the African countries also, like, having to go with the same, because the most populated country has agreed. So what will the rest say? We'll have no say. And that is just a test base to see if the agenda is really going to work. But let me get to share this other video that relates, takes us to basically, basically understand, talks about, all these things that are really going on in terms of bank collapsing, the UFOs we were talking about yesterday, the 19, speaking of the 19, there's something I want to share here. Let me see if I can really get it. The 19, I'll read this as I share this video, okay? The 19, there's something else also about the 19. Let me share. Which one do I start with? Okay. All right. Let me share this one. Share this one.
Tenured Stanford Medical School professor. He's like, 11 years ago, the US government reached out to me because I'm an expert on head injuries, on brain injuries, traumatic brain injuries, as a physician. And they had all these court cases from families of US servicemen, over 100, who'd been killed by UFOs.
Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here. I hope you're all truly doing well in these times of so much tumult. Thank you so much for tuning in, friends, for this weekly wrap-up in which we cover all of the real news that's fit to print.
Hey guys, just a brief update. About 12 hours after Matt and I recorded this call, the news broke that the Soros-backed corrupt DA in New York is about to indict and arrest Donald Trump. We're going to be following that very closely in the week ahead. I'm traveling right now, so I just wanted to provide that brief update. Believe me, guys, the deep state, they are trying to destroy our nation and the world. So stay tuned. So much more to come. Before we start, just a quick word about our sponsor.
With spring around the corner, it's a good time to stock up on C60 Evo's breakthrough anti-aging products. Treat yourself, your skin, mental focus, and deeper sleep to C60 Evo organic edible oils, skin serums, and hair renewal. Using Nobel Prize-winning science, their lab manufactures and delivers pure C60 ESS60, the cleanest and most potent C60 products you'll find anywhere. Healthy food, clean water, exercise, and C60 Evo are your best defense for radiant health and longevity. Old dogs can learn new tricks, and cats love it too. Everyone benefits from C60 Evo. Enjoy 15 to 20% off on monthly subscriptions and collection sets, and you can use my personal code SGTR for 10% off at checkout. I've tried the products myself, and I really do love them. Feeling is believing. Well, I'm doing well despite a global contagion and global banking meltdown. Meanwhile, we have Matt Hancock joking about the COVID vaccine conspiracy. I'll show people the clip over at the Daily Mail. Matt Hancock joked about Bill Gates' COVID vaccine conspiracy theory by telling aides the Microsoft billionaire owes me nothing, considering how many people I'm getting his chips injected into. Lockdown leaks reveal.
Then I post there. There's this article I got. Let me get to read. Right now, what they're saying about literally vaccinated people, the people who have gotten the big Ugali shot, they're saying that people who got vaccinated against the 19 after infection are still at risk. Those who got the 19 after the infection are still at risk. And they're saying that the people infected the coronavirus before getting their first 2 COVID-19 shots may still be at risk of potentially getting reinfected. So what is this calling for? We know what's calling for, because we saw this also happening in Kenya. They were saying that, for those who took the big ugali shot, if you took these 2 shots, or maybe whatever shot you took, you need to add a booster shot because you're not safe enough and all that. You might still get infected, blah blah blah. The same thing we're seeing right here. This is definitely an agenda they're pushing everywhere. People infected with the coronavirus before getting their first 2 COVID-19 shots may still be at risk of potentially getting reinfected, and that's the reason why they need to get another one. And prior research suggested that hybrid immunity, meaning the 19 vaccination and infection, may provide the best protection against reinfection regardless of the order, according to the review of the study published in January involving researchers from Canada. And the current study published in the peer-reviewed medical journal Immunity on March 15th, however, suggests the order possibly does matter. And in studying the blood samples of people who have received the 2 doses of Pfizer 19 and the 19, the vaccine, and the unvaccinated individuals who caught the virus, researchers discovered that the vaccinated without having been infected, the vaccinated without having been infected with the virus were the most protected against COVID-19. Those vaccinated without having been infected. Are you getting that clearly? Those vaccinated without having been infected with the virus were the most protected against the 19. None of them, and actually they are not. This is just all propaganda. This is just all propaganda bullshit that they're writing here. One, they're promoting people to get more of the boosters and everything, and now they come with the claims of the vaccinated without having been infected. Why were they vaccinated if they were not really infected? Let's draw the line there. Why were they? But again, people are stupid enough to just go with the agenda of anything. But I see Andol Nyakwana, hello. You're saying that Jesus is talking about to come for his church. I hope you are prepared. Oh my God. Are you ready for yourself? Because I'm not going.
These people.
I'm not going with Jesus. Are you going with Jesus? Jesus is about to come for his church. I hope you are prepared. I'm not.
Have no remorse. And in fact, maybe that guy is so woefully underinformed that he doesn't actually believe the COVID vaccines are dangerous, despite.
I don't know. I think that comes out as a joke. I don't know how you really mean it in what terms. Think in terms of this video, in terms of what we're talking about, but
30% rise in all-cause mortality globally, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Midtjylland, is responsible for quite a few, like the remdesivir in the US. He was responsible for shilling that, and that killed a bunch of people. Yeah, you got the lockdown files have been coming out about him, released by the Telegraph, and I think it's Isabel Oakeshott. She was contracted to actually write his autobiography, as I understand it, and they'd got a contract done. And during those contracts, he was shared a bunch of like WhatsApp messages, and she took one look at those messages, scrolled through the lot of them, and decided that she was going to break the contract and release all the WhatsApp messages to the Telegraph to release, and they've been called the lockdown files. And what it's revealing is just stunning.
It's just not funny. These people are so sick and they hate humanity. And this isn't the most warm and fuzzy way to start, friends. But you got to keep in mind, people are dropping dead around the world, and the mainstream media doesn't seem to notice, doesn't seem to care.
Due to climate change, due to climate change, people are dropping around the world because of climate change. I also saw another video saying the same thing, that now journalists are dropping everywhere because of climate change. They're just falling because of climate change. We're now even having some footballers in Africa who are just dropping, they're just playing football happily, then climate change happens. What is this climate change? Is it some thunder, some shock that is being striking people? Is it, what is it? Is it some teaser that is just making you shake your body, that you're just falling? Like, This is crazy.
A 16-year-old high school sophomore and softball player died suddenly and unexpectedly last week at school. Her mother says she had an aneurysm. It was random, and she had no prior health issues. Guys, go to Twitter. Just type in died suddenly. It's happening all around the world. And what happens to Albert Bourla and Pfizer? Not a damn thing. In fact, they get to profit from all of the pain and misery they're causing by making a $47 billion investment in a cancer company they just bought, a cancer research company. So now they're going to profit from the cancers that they're causing with their bioweapon shot. It's
And
just
not only that, I saw they're still even increasing the price of this vaccination. And when I tried personally, I was trying to look at it in the angle of Africa. Not only are we being given killer shots, but now by even them trying to raise the cost of a killer shots, I don't know what this is calling for. You know,
madness, and it's all United Nations Agenda 2030, World Economic Forum. These are the agendas to ensnare and enslave humanity. Greg Reese doing a great job about the Dutch farmers, train derailments, and EPA land grabs. Let's just talk about this briefly. My audience is pretty well aware of what's going on in East Palestine, which is beyond the pale. But of course, everything that we see now in the news is beyond the pale, including a bioweapon masquerading as a vaccine. These poor folks in East Palestine, people might want to check out this on my site, thephaser.com. When the Smoke Clears. It is a new mini documentary about what's going on in East Palestine, Ohio, and these people absolutely being forgotten about by Norfolk Southern and frankly the EPA, who may end up just seizing the land of these people. And essentially that is a United Nations Agenda 2030 goal as well, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's not just the 2030. If you look at the report by Greg Reese there.
I see. Jason Hill is saying the fake Jesus needs to stand in the sun contest. Ain't no trailer trash coming back. I know, right? And just saying that your fake white Jesus isn't coming back to do shit because he never existed. Sorry to be the one teach you the truth about your fairy tale, but you go learn some real history and put down the Bible, please. Period. Interesting is SpongeBob coming with him because it's just the real. It's just as real as SpongeBob or the Little Mermaid. Shit is crazy. The African people's minds. I know it's crazy. It is totally crazy.
What he's saying is all these the lockstep, the Rockefeller documents from 2030 is all part of this America 2050 strategy for 10 mega regions within the US. So they're planning to depopulate large parts of the US, which coincidentally he linked, and I thought this was interesting, he linked with where the highest vaccine death rates were. And essentially these will become the mega cities and probably the 15-minute cities of the future for 2050. It was quite an interesting little video. I do recommend people watch it, actually.
Yeah, I posted that at thephaser.com. I know you posted it for us at sgtreport.com, and Greg Reese does a fantastic job. And I just want to remind people that what's coming for all of us is serfdom if we comply. If we comply. There is no need to comply with this demonic, satanic system at this point. And yes, there is a contagion happening within the banking system. I just interviewed David Jensen about that. The good news is, as long as we don't panic and allow ourselves to be herded into what's coming next, into their central bank digital currency, into their ensnarement system of permanent human serfdom, we will have our debts wiped away. You might lose everything, guys, but you'll also lose all your debt. So there is a bright side to this. We're going to continue because we have so much to cover today. Clinton assistant's death on a plane is quite strange. Matt, my understanding is this poor gal died on a private plane, and they say it was due to turbulence. Does that make any sense to you?
Not at all, and it didn't to Ivory Hecker either. Apparently, there have only been 30 injuries in the last, I don't know, 15 years or so of turbulence on airplanes, and not one of them has died. And this what was the name? Dana Hyde from the Aspen Institute, connected to Obama and obviously Clinton. And she was taking a plane with her husband and son, and there were 5 people on the plane, and apparently it hit turbulence, and she died from it. This, chalk this up to another one of the Clinton body counts, because as far as I'm concerned, it's nobody dies from turbulence.
And the point that needs to be made is nobody else on the plane was injured?
No, no injuries reported. Just her. She died.
That's very convenient. It's like
Yeah.
these guys, these special ops guys that end up falling out of helicopters, but we're just supposed to believe it. Guys, stuff like this happens all the time. Look no further than the Clinton body count, and we should talk about the Georgia man, Nathan Millard. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. This is the guy with that was found in a rug.
That's the guy found in the rug. What about the guy who was found hanging from a tree with an electrical cord wrapped around his neck, his hands tied behind his back, and a shotgun through his chest? And he was found on a farm, like 11 or 1,200 acre farm, related to Bill Clinton. So, yeah, I mean, it's just you can't keep up with this. So, Georgia man Nathan Millard, you're right. He was found in a rug. And they say no foul play.
Yeah, the police said no foul play. And there's like evidence. Well, I say there's actually one of the police chiefs actually on camera said this. There's no foul play. He was found in plastic, wrapped in a carpet, in a sort of off there's off garages like cement blocks, garages, and he was found wrapped up in plastic and like shot. And the police said no foul play. That just makes no sense. It can't. I mean, it's just flat out lies, isn't it? So what went on there? Who knows?
I have a piece of advice for my audience. Stay away from the Clintons. Don't work for the Clintons. Don't agree to be a bodyguard for the Clintons. Don't even be in the same zip code as the Clintons if you can help it. Just a tip from SGT Report. All right, we'll move on. Boy, is this system corrupt to the core. I mean, you want to talk about a Luciferian system. I mean, these people have the power to take out hits on folks, and nobody is ever brought to justice. It's unbelievable. Who insider caught admitting one world government is months away. The People's Voice does a great job. We posted this at SGT Report and the Phaser. What is the WHO, guys? That's the World Health Organization. One world government is months away. I don't think they're going to get away with it, Matt. I know they think they are because they're causing a banking collapse because they've rolled out a bioweapon masquerading as a vaccine. But look, I don't think they're going to get away with it because people are waking up in droves. And I keep saying that, but it's true. Are they going to get away with this? They're one world government in months?
Well, in months, I wouldn't have thought so. I think, but people are certainly waking up very, very quickly. I'm starting to notice it anecdotally. Is like just wandering around town, you can see people watching videos of YouTube on laptops, on cameras, on iPads, and you think these people are starting to work it out. And like 5 years ago, none of that would have happened. I think people are waking up too fast, and I think as long as we don't comply and just outright say no, then it just can't proceed. I mean, was it Nigeria? They're trying to bring in the CBDCs in Nigeria, and that's not going particularly well. So, I mean, they forced CBDCs on the Nigerian population, and who didn't want it. The take-up rate was like less than 1%. So they limited ATM withdrawals, and it's still all that's happening is it's causing protests. It's like people are just waking up and not complying, and as long as we do that, this agenda's dead in its tracks.
Yeah, no, that's so important. I'm glad you said that. CBDCs, they rely on our compliance to roll out what's coming next. And if they get our compliance, then they get their dream. And we're all serfs for the rest of human history, which is what Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum have continued to warn us about, saying that we're going to be happy while we own nothing. That is the plan, and it requires our compliance. So the good news is, yes, there's a banking meltdown. That's not very good news, but it is their system that's melting down. And as long as we all don't panic and agree to comply with whatever's coming next, their central bank digital currency, then we can build something far greater and far more beneficial to our progeny, a system built on liberty and honest, real money. That is possible, as I just discussed with David Jensen. I'll leave the link to that interview below. Hancock caught red-handed with the lockdown files.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a lot in that. There was like messages with like one of the, I think was it Simon Case, I think his name, I can remember his picture. He was just laughing and joking about people coming in from Heathrow Airport from first class straight to a sort of like a one bedroom for 2 weeks. They were just laughing and joking about locking people up. It's just
I see Andol is saying that scoff all you want, but please take a look at everything that is happening. Wars and rumors of wars, collapse, earthquakes in many places. Do you think all this just happened, or they are warning to repent? Repent, my brother, repent. Kindly, you repent.
Just psychopathic behavior. That I don't know why you'd be happy.
Let me just interject. You nailed it here in your outline. Psychopathic behavior. These
Yeah.
people, and I know it's hard for folks to understand, these people are truly psychopaths. Okay, when we think about a guy like Jimmy Savile, who was best friends with Prince Charles, who's now the king. By the way, nobody likes that guy. That guy can't even get anybody to come and play at his inauguration or crowning or whatever the hell you call what's coming for King Charles. Everybody hates that guy. Everybody at this point is really dubious and starting to hate on the royal family. Thank God. It's an idea whose time has come. But these people are psychopaths. Jimmy Savile trafficked in, sexually molested kids. He raped children for more than 30 years while having cover at the BBC, while being knighted from the Queen, while being asked to be the godfather to Prince Charles' boys. I mean, this guy, all his crimes were covered up for, and he was a psychopath. Guess who else was a psychopath? Prince Philip, who dreamt about being reborn as a virus that would take out humanity. These people, like Bill Gates, they're psychopaths.
I think it. I think it is in that welcome to America, lady. You wanted to leave Kenya and come to America. How does it feel? So now, sadly, that's what Katie wants to do. Leave Africa and not understand we are hated globally. We are hated globally, no lie. We are hated globally.
They hate us. So their psychopathic behavior being revealed.
Because like we say, they don't consider, when you go there, being considered as Luo, Kikuyu, you're considered as African.
Makes perfect sense to me, man.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. I mean, the government just attracts that sort of mentality. I think I remember this point was brought home to me by Doug Casey once, and he said like capitalists, free market people, your audience, that they're interested in creating things, in sort of like making something better, whereas psychopaths are attracted to government because they want to control people.
Yeah.
So they move into and worm their way into these systems, and like the more and more control you give government, the more and more you get psychopathic behavior at the top until there's what you see now. They're joyfully delighted in like locking thousands, if not millions, of people in their home.
That's precisely right. And that's why I wanted to make that example about these people being psychopaths who enjoy hurting, torturing, and killing children. No wonder, of course, they're going to laugh about locking us down. They have disdain for people. They think we are beneath them. They think we are controllable chattel. And that's how they view us. They view us as human resources to be expended as they see fit. And guys, if
they enjoy it, because I've seen one of this was a Twitter that was tweeted in December about the CDC, where they announced 118,000 children and moms. Is it children and moms dying because of taking the 19 vaccination? This is crazy.
If you think anything I just said is a little out there, well, then you just don't know the history. I'll give you one more example of the psychopaths in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Edward Heath, a former prime minister in the UK. It is said that he butchered as many as 16 children while he had power. And while he was alive, this only came out after his death, he butchered 16 children because he was part of a satanic cult. Right? I'm not making that up. That's mainstream news. I'm not making up the fact that Hillary Clinton came to the aid of Laura Silsby in Haiti when Laura Silsby was caught trying to traffic out 33 children. So what happened to Laura Silsby? Did she go to a Haitian prison for 20 years? No. The Clintons came to her aid. Bill Clinton specifically hired a lawyer who defended Laura Silsby. And guess what? The lawyer? A known convicted pedophile. You can't make this stuff up, guys. This is the real history. And I guess it makes sense. There's a Clinton body count, but the mainstream media says that's all been debunked, Matt. These people are, they're squeaky clean.
Yeah, it's squeaky clean. But Biden's one of the sharpest mental people in global politics.
Yeah, Biden's got his own daughter who says she was petrified to get in the shower because she was afraid dad was going to get in with her when she was a grown woman, Matt. It's in her own diary. It's in her own book, I think. So these people are absolute pedophiles in my view, and allegedly, I should say. I think the evidence is starting to prove that that's exactly true. The banking collapse has begun. More Greg Reese. Well, look, I'm covering this. Greg Reese is covering this. The world is covering this. Tucker Carlson is covering this. Everybody should be very, very concerned as the Treasury and the criminal administration, masquerading as the Biden administration, says that they are going to bail out, says that they are going to back all deposits at Silicon Valley Bank, a BlackRock Vanguard controlled bank, by the way, and Signature Bank in New York. I don't think anybody even knew there was a problem with Signature Bank until that was announced on Sunday night. So here we sit with a federal bank, a central banking system that's absolutely out of control. They all got bailed out in 2008, 2009, which, by the way, is when Bitcoin was born, on the back of that collapse, so that people could get out of this system. All right. Silver and gold in physical form is a good way to do it. But the banking collapse has begun, Matt. How concerned are you?
Pretty concerned, actually. I mean, my thoughts ran this week to, well, the word that came to mind was finally, because like ever since the gargantuan money printing of the 2008, 2009, we've kind of been waiting for the very obvious end result to all this. And it's sort of like knocked on for year upon year upon year. And we've both been saying, like, to anybody we meet, like, probably like, buy gold, buy silver, and sit tight, because this is not going to end well. And for like, well, the past decade or so, we probably look like idiots to most people. And I'm kind of likening it to sort of like when you bend a kind of significant bit of wood, it sort of flexes and you hear some creaking, but at some point you hear a crack. And you know that the structural integrity of that wood's just gone, and I feel that, I get the sense that the banking crisis in the last week with Silvergate, the other one, and the SVB, I get the sense that the backbone or the very start of the banking crisis has just started. And I think Credit Suisse I think all the banks have dropped, but Credit Suisse is now like under 2 Swiss francs as a share price, I think. And that's Jim Willis' call, wasn't it? He said, watch Credit Suisse. So, yeah, I get the sense this is the start of something really seriously going wrong. Where it ends, I don't know. I suspect what will happen is just what happened in 2008. And they'll blame somebody else, Trump probably. And they'll print, I don't know, what's the number after trillions? Like they'll just print as much money as they can do to hold this thing with baler twine if they have to, until the whole thing collapses.
Yeah,
but
that's the problem, Matt. Now, the conversation I just had with David Jensen, he said because of the nature of the debt out there, we're talking about, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $56 trillion just in the bond market alone. It's all starting to melt down. So QE and printing is going to do nothing, according to David Jensen, to save this system at this point. All it will do is guarantee hyperinflation. And I think that's what the powers that ought not be want. They want us all so panicked that we willingly go into their central bank digital currency system, which again, folks, will be the end of human freedom forever. That's it. If they lock us down with their track and trace CBDCs, that's it. It's pretty much game over. So I want people to understand that we cannot be panicked into agreeing and complying with that criminal system. And let me just say one more thing. You wrote here in your outline, the banking collapse has begun. You're right. Guess what? Let's just remove the word banking. The collapse has begun, and even their lies. This entire system based on lies, with the mainstream media lying about January 6th, with the mainstream media covering up for stolen elections and a puppet president named Joe Biden. The whole system is collapsing. And Tucker Carlson is exposing the Jan 6 lies. I mean, do you believe it? Of course I do. You do. My audience does. But the sheeple people, they would be hard-pressed to believe that the FBI would destroy evidence that would exonerate the Proud Boys. And that is a federal crime. You can't destroy evidence and then hang these guys out and make them go to prison for something that was a lie. This is how far...
I see Joe Mosquito in the building. Karibu Sana is saying greetings to you too. Kay, you're saying that, no, Kid is saying that Benjamin Crump will be on his way to get that bag. Watch and see. I'm here, niggas. Let's get the bag and calm down on white people. Your son is already dead now, and let's get that bag of money for his dear. Of course, that is what is going to happen. And, you know, it's so sad to see that we have people who are supposed to be standing for us as black people, you know, literally, but they are against us. You know, the coons, we call them. The coons. Yeah. Joe Mosquito. Calm down.
The system's gone. The View and all of these wretched Democrats They want to say that Tucker Carlson is lying about Jimmy Kimmel. They want to say that Tucker Carlson is lying about the Jan 6 videos when the Jan 6 committee covered it all up and they painted a editorial picture that was based on a complete lie. It was a lie of omission. And now you have people rotting in prison. You have people still rotting in that gulag in Washington, D.C., awaiting trials. This is a kangaroo court, and it is a banana republic at this point. But fortunately or not, it's all being revealed. And I think fortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was quite astonishing, wasn't it? I'm certainly glad Tucker sort of showed everybody those, because if you'd listened to mainstream media, you'd have just thought the internal of that capital was one massive riot. And like, what he showed was a complete admonishment of like the January 6th committee's entire case. Like, was it Jacob Chansley? I think his name is, isn't it? The shaman. The video quite clearly shows him wandering around, having doors opened for him
by cops.
By cops.
Yeah,
by police officers opening doors, and then he went into the chamber and started praying for them. Like, that did not look like, and he got pictured by this or pictured for this, didn't he? As the lead man of the riot. Like, he didn't look like a lead man of a riot to me. He just looked like a man who was let into the building, wandered around in a costume. I mean, what the Democrats, the View, are doing is just pure projection. They've been caught out in utter lies, and they're just trying to cover.
It's 100% more.
I see Keith, you're asking that what is the Kenyan government going to do, Joby? This happened in the United States, not in Kenya. They live here, not Kenya. I don't know if you're really, if you're a little bit behind. I don't know if you're a little bit behind from what we're sharing. But yeah, I talked about it. I said, I know the Kenyan government is not going to do anything because it is crazy to see that, like I said, for us, it may not be normal the way we have, like, it may not be normal like the way we see the guns in the US, which I totally agree that we should not be having this, because due to tribalism, people would be killing each other every day. If you talk shit about the Kisii come and shoot you. If you talk about shit about Kikuyu, the Kikuyu come and shoot you. That's how we'll be operating right here in Africa. But if I try to look at both the sides, the diaspora in Africa, the African continent itself, we're all in the same crisis, where Black lives are literally a threat. Should I say a threat, or literally we are in danger when it comes to white people, whether they are in the continent or not. We literally, our lives, I said, it's like a mosquito. You just, the way you zap a mosquito because a mosquito is gonna bite you. It's like they see us like mosquitoes. But I said they are good mosquitoes. They are good mosquitoes. It's like General Mosquito, like I said earlier. They are good mosquitoes like General Mosquito. But hey, I don't know how the white supremacy really takes Black lives. But again, I said personally, I think the Kenyan, but it's for sure because we've seen so many lives. Come on. If it's talking about this, we should start talking about the women in the Arabic countries. We saw what our so-called representatives said, that we, the Kenyan, rather the African ladies, are the problem. When we got there, we are the problem. But it's not them being the problem. The white people are just always perfect. It's just crazy.
Morally bankrupt projection and deflection. And the leader of the riot, you're right. It didn't look like that Q shaman. I mean, again, that's an ad hominem because, the mainstream media hates the idea of Q and any of those Q drops. The real leader, a guy who looked like the real leader of the quote unquote insurrection, Ray Epps, unindicted Ray Epps.
Yeah, they've got more video of him as well, haven't they, of chucking signs about. So, yeah, I mean, that's just another thing, isn't it? The mainstream media's refusal to talk about Ray Epps and his consistent, egging on of the crowd to go into the Capitol and take it, throw in things. And I mean, they've even got video of the crowd smoking him out. There's a video out there of the crowd shouting "Fed, Fed, Fed" at him. Yeah. So they smoked him out at the time, and the FBI just refuses to prosecute him. I mean, it's all circumstantial, but it seems pretty obvious to me that he's a Fed was trying to literally set up the Trump crowd is specifically for this January 6th committee to paint anybody who doesn't go along with the narrative as some kind of terrorist.
Yeah. Well, not only is he a Fed.
Well, but I'll leave it at that with this particular video. I'll share the rest on the social network for you guys to, in case you want to keep on getting more information. I thought it was really informative in terms of, look at what is going on in Nigeria, the digital currency introduction, which is coming to affect the rest of us, the African countries, all these things that are really going on, the conspiracy theories, that are really going on. But I see Joe Mosquito, Keith, you're saying that, no, Big Cheese, Karibu Sana. I see you saying that Keith, I am Mara is in America. He is in Kerwin, Heaven, walking around New York with his white Asian woman, loving Kerwin friends, and that live in America. I've seen that in one of our blogs that Amara he's literally always posted on all the blogs. I don't know what's up with him. Just because of some YouTube money he's making. He's barely even good looking. I'm sorry to say he's my African brother, but hey, go fix your hair and your looks, at least. Look better. Be better. Look representative. But you're saying that Nicole, I say Nicole, you're saying Karibu Sana, you're saying that of men, love of men are called in the last days. Turn now, Jesus do come back, wake up, for what is the deal? If you're gone, if you gain the whole world but still lose your own soul. I don't know what you're talking about. But Joe Mosquito is here to deal with all of you today. I don't know what you're talking about, but hey, Joe Mosquito is there to deal with you today. I'm not even there with that energy today. But anyway, moving forward a little bit to other matters, I also want to cover what is going on in Uganda. And we saw today that the Uganda did pass the bill of anti-gay rights. They did actually say that, if in case you're found even saying you are gay, not even just saying it, you face a lifetime imprisonment. It is illegal. It is out of our culture. It is not our culture. It is a culture of the white people, not African culture. And we said congratulations to Uganda for doing this, actually not trying, but doing this and ensuring that this bill has been passed the right way. Because that passing the bill the right way, that is what we call human rights, where you're listening to the majority of the people, and not just the majority. We are sticking to our culture. That is the most important thing. But it seems like the US has a problem with that today. Again, a few hours later, after us having a celebration of it, Attorney General, that is Blinken, yeah, he has come forth and he's actually telling that Uganda need to sit down and reconsider what law they have really passed. They really need to be on the check on what they're really talking about. When I go back to 2009, this is something they even tried to do in 2009 by trying to make Museveni to sign the same bill. 9 years later today, or this week particularly, the same law has been reintroduced. And you saw that the parliamentarians said no. They said, we're fighting for our rights. We're fighting for the rights of our children's rights, our children's rights, and LGBTQ is not a right. But let me share this first. This was in 2009.
He has hit headlines across the world following his decision to assent into law the controversial anti-gay bill that imposes stiff penalties for homosexuals in Uganda. But even as citizens there celebrate the move, President Yoweri Museveni's government is now facing repercussions as countries that had been opposed to the law are making good their threat to cutlings. Norway and Denmark have announced withdrawal of aid to Uganda, terming the move as unacceptable. Norway is now reviewing the distribution of the entire $66 million it has been sending to Uganda, but that is not all. The United States of America also announced plans to review aid to Uganda, which amounts to $400 million in a year.
This is Obama. We go back the same. You remember when I was starting the show, I go back to the same era I talked about. Obama. It's funny. It is funny how you get to connect the dots of everything these people are coming in Africa to do. This is 9 years ago. Why is it that a bill that I did not agree with 9 years ago, you're trying to still reintroduce it? And of course they have done it, but you see Museveni is still sticking to. I think they might end up doing that thing. Personally, I think so.
Countries criticizing
he's not now going with the law, he's not going with the wave.
Moved by Uganda as one of a country that does not belong in the modern age.
We will continue to urge the government of Uganda to repeal.
Why are you urging? We've refused as a country. Why are you urging? We don't need you urging. Why are you urging? We don't even need to debate. It's not a debate, bro. It's not a debate. It's your human right, not mine as a black person. You as a white person, it's yours. As a black person, it's not mine.
This abhorrent law and to advocate for the protection of the universal human rights of LGBT persons in Uganda and around the world. What I can tell you about steps the United States might take in response is that we are undertaking a review of our relationship with Uganda.
I tell you guys, Keith is way behind the show. I think we're gonna be wrapping it up, even Keith still being way behind the show. Like, Keith is man, I'm so sorry today you're such in a bad area. You're way behind the show because you're literally talking about the first thing I was talking, like, you're still on Ivory Otieno's story, and you're way behind, but it's okay. We move on.
Light of this decision.
But Museveni remains unperturbed.
The outsiders cannot dictate to us. This is our country. This is our society.
The dictators cannot dictate what is ours. You're also a dictator. You know that, Museveni, that to your people, though. But I think something, you're not going with the European slow right now. Bobby Wine might be taking over,
This is our future. It is not anybody's future. And the outsiders will have to live with us, or if they don't want, they take their aid and we shall. Uganda is very rich.
Bro, you did a mistake by first even trying. You did a mistake by trying to go against Idi Amin. You did a mistake by reintroducing back these people in the country. If you stood by the fact that these people should not even have an opportunity coming in your country, will not be having this kind of behaviors, because they're the ones coming to introduce this behavior in the continent. We'll not be discussing about this. You allowed the Indians back in the country when Idi Amin was chasing them away, because these people were literally even making life hard for Ugandan people, generally African people right now, as you know. Yeah, you're crazy. You see the reason why I always say Museveni, I find Museveni very funny. You see, these are the things that are going to be making me laugh about Museveni, because what are you talking about? I always find his speech funny.
In fact, aid is part of the problem.
President Museveni's decision continues to be celebrated not Uganda.
Big cheese, come on. I see you. You're saying that Africa has said that let there be booty juice. No way. We cannot allow it. It's gonna be stinky in here. We cannot allow that, man. We cannot allow booty juice, man. We can't.
But in various other African states, Kenya is now pulling their legislators to follow suit.
Wabunge wetu wa Kenya wasisinzie, wampate Museveni anapoongea.
Exactly. In Kenya, this is a guy saying that in Kenya they should also follow the same suits. This is 9 years ago. But today in Kenya we're speaking a different lingo. Like you had it even in the Rhythm Scoop show. Katie said that I think Kenyans do not even have a stand. Kenyans are literally, I'm not one of them. I'm a Kenyan though. I'm African. I'm not just Kenyan. I'm African. But Katie said that Kenyans do not have a stand. Today you hear them saying this, and this goes with the government, because today they're saying this, tomorrow they're saying this. We had non-governmental funds that were allocated and this to support this movement. And then we had Ruto coming forth and still saying, oh no, we did not allow this to happen. And then today we see them saying LGBTQ rights. are supposed to be considered. They do not have a stand.
Museveni amesimama na msimamo huo, pia ni huo msimamo uendelee na wabunge wa Kenya.
Naam.
There is nowhere that marriage between a man and a man has been blessed.
Kiharu MP Irongo Kangata says he is already working on a bill that would impose similar penalties.
Kuna watu wengi ng'ambo, hata wakubwa wameoa mabibi, huku wanasema vijana waoe wanaume wengine. Yes, yaanze kwanza, alafu na
the same this guy is saying the same thing we had the youth saying just recently. If the leaders want to introduce this, I think if this is 9 years ago, I think this is during Uhuru's term, when we had Obama come in and trying to reintroduce this. Then you remember Uhuru did stop him, but this guy is saying the same thing we had recently. This is 9 years ago, but this guy is from Kenya and is saying if the president wants to introduce this, he should be the first person to try it. Let's see an example of what you're doing.
Tufuate.
Exactly the same terms. The same terms. You as a president set an example and do it, then we'll follow suit.
Alafu na sisi tufuate.
Exactly.
Si haki kwa binadamu. Hakuna vile mwanamume na mwanamume mtatembea pamoja, na wanawake wamejaa pia. So it's not right at all.
However, the gay and lesbian community is up in arms, condemning the move as one that infringes on their rights, and they have their defendants in the society as well.
Tunaweza kuwa sisi wenyewe tunaadhibu, tunaua, tunafanya mabaya kwa binadamu wenzetu ambao chinda zao hatuelewi.
Many more countries are threatening to take action to protest the move by Uganda. Esther Kahumbi, The Big Question.
Then you remember this one we had, I think this the time.
If you look at history of countries around the world, when you start treating people differently, not because of any harm they're doing anybody, but because they're different, that's the path whereby freedoms begin to erode. And bad things happen. And when a government gets in the habit of treating people differently, those habits can spread. If somebody is a law-abiding citizen who is going about their business and working in a job and obeying the traffic signs and doing all the other things that good citizens are supposed to do, and not harming anybody, the idea that they are going to be treated differently or abused because of who they love is wrong. Full stop.
Just like President Obama, I think we also need to be able to speak frankly about some of these things. And the fact of the matter is that Kenya, the United States, we share so many values. Our common love for democracy.
Yes, you remember this is the time. I see John Mostui asking what is Obama talking about. This is the time, according to the previous video, that guy said the same words that have been used recently, just this particular month, when we had this agenda of the LGBTQ trying to be introduced in Kenya. We had one of the guys who said in Swahili, and Keith laughed so bad, you know, he said that, you know, if the president wants us to actually accept the LGBTQ agenda in our country, let him set an example to our nation and show us how it's done, okay, so that we can follow the suit. And that was just recently, this year 2023. Now this is 9 years ago, when we had Obama coming to visit and he spoke about this. Then you've seen another citizen saying if he really wants to, the same words, if he wants this to happen, he should set as an example. But you saw Ruto disagreeing, Uhuru disagreeing with it. But it seems like Ruto wants to pass the bill. That is what basically I see. You're also saying that this guy is a complete idiot, sounds like a bloody robot. And you're also saying that Joby, you telling me when I come to Africa, Africans are going to destroy my home and take my land just to move bootages. People on my land, what the fuck? Hey, you're talking about Ghana, yeah? I think that is what is going to be happening, you know? That is basically what is going to be happening. But this is what Uganda said, and I love the confidence.
People who identify as LGBTQ, those found guilty after years in prison. Under the legislation, friends, family, and members of the community would have a duty to report individuals in same-sex relationships to the authorities. Homosexual acts are already illegal in the East African country, but the bill seeks to go further and criminalise people on the basis of their sexual identity. The bill passed with widespread support in Uganda's parliament.
In our country, we will have our morals. We will protect our children. And we are making this law. We are making this law for ourselves. We are making this law for our children. We are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
Can I tell you something? I truly believe when kids says we're all one people. This guy is literally talking like just a Kenyan, a Luo Kenyan, a Kenyan Luo, sorry. A Luo Kenyan, Kenyan Luo, whatever. But a Luo from Kenya, yeah? He's basically giving me that vibe. And they do know he looks like a Sudanese. We're just all connected. All these people look like Sudanese. The accent is Kenyan. As
Joined now
Ugandans do not really have.
By Oriam Nyeko, who is a researcher at the Human Rights Watch
Now,
Africa
here, this school now, what is going to be talking about?
Division. Really good to have you with us, and thank you for joining us on BBC News. Can you tell us a little bit more about what this draft legislation does, what it will change?
So the current law in Uganda basically prohibits same-sex acts. It's been in the law for decades. It was inherited from the British and really hasn't been implemented. So what the legislators now are wanting to do with this new bill is to criminalize homosexuality as a whole, to make it such that any person that has sex with somebody of the same sex commits a criminal offense, as well as anybody who, in their words, promotes homosexuality also commits a criminal offense. So they're wanting to really ensure that anybody that's affiliated with homosexuality is punished by the law.
So this will have serious implications, won't it, for any members of the LGBTQ+ community in Uganda?
Certainly. I mean, the notion that somebody should go to prison because they've had consensual sex with somebody who is an adult is, can have, wide-ranging impacts. Not just the fact that it's now going to be a criminal offense, but the fact that what is essentially doing is endorsing homophobia. It's the government would say that it's all right to discriminate against people because you think that they are homosexual, because you think that they are having sex with somebody of the same sex, and that can have. We've seen in the past it having wide-ranging impacts on people's lives and their livelihoods. But it's going to make things even worse going forward.
The Ugandan Parliament, as we've been discussing, has passed a draft law. How likely is it to be approved and actually become law?
So the next stage is for the president to assent to it. He has to, his job basically is to sign it if he agrees with the terms. In the past, there was a similar law that was passed about 2 years ago, the Sexual Offences Bill, which also criminalized same-sex acts, but he didn't sign it because he said that the law, the penal code with that colonial remnant that prohibited same-sex acts already provided for that, so there wasn't the need for a new law. But in this case, what the parliamentarians did very deliberately was to repeal the penal code provision, so that this new bill the president can't make the argument that the new bill doesn't provide for that. The new bill provides for an existing crime. So it's either he signs it, and if he doesn't sign it and sends it back, the parliament can also vote it back in. If they get a 2/3 majority. And we saw yesterday that the bulk of parliamentarians were in support of this law. So it's, I think, very likely that whether President Museveni signs it or not, It's
Oh, I'm a 70. Okay, I thought we still on. I'm way behind, family. I'm way behind. Shout out to everybody that's here. I couldn't get on the internet. Yeah, man. I thought we still. I thought we still in Nigeria. I see we still talking about that. Yeah, my internet was buffered. I couldn't believe it. Every time I tried to type in there, it would stop. But let me go back to Nigeria. If Nigeria accepts this currency, you're done, Nigeria. You're dead. You're done. You are done. It's the way to lock you down to make sure you got complete control. That's why you rioted last month. You understood what it's about. You fuck around and get this currency, you're done. You allowed us to continue this. That's why they're going to start in Africa. You really don't have the infrastructure. They're going to start with you because it's always to make sure they steal Africa first. I don't think they're going to roll it out here coming soon, fam, but too many people are awake and know what's going on. They're not going to accept that shit. They just crash the bank. Forget it. Because their system is crashed. They're trying to keep control. So if you accept this currency, they'll be able to lock you down. Whatever you spend, you won't be able to save any more money. Remember, at the end of the month, all your money can be taken away. The money that you save, it's gone. It's theirs. And so you won't be able to save money. You won't be able to spend money where you want. Anytime you try to spend money, they'll say, nope. We don't want you spending on this. We don't want you spending on that. You'll be locked in. If you talk against the government or the Rothschilds, at any time, all your money be taken away. You will be locked in. It'll be complete, utter slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what the digital currency is about.
Mm-hmm. That is true, and I was trying to explain.
Oh, go ahead, Joby.
Yeah, that is true. And I was trying to say the same thing. If they start with Nigeria, definitely, that is going to affect the rest of us, the African countries.
Yeah, they start with the biggest black country first. To get that, to get the rest of the other ones will be easy to knock off. Nigeria's the big boy on the block in Africa. Then we can knock off the other smaller countries, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana. We can knock them in the head. Do what we got to do, right? Knock them in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you allow this, you're cutting your own throat.
Yep.
You're cutting your own throat. So, go ahead, Joe.
I say, John Mosquito, I was just sharing this video about Uganda and Uganda passing the anti-LGBTQ law. Just give me a minute.
No. Okay. Okay, so you won't be allowed to dig in another man's ass up in there. Okay, good. You want to dig in each other's butt cheeks. Where these Jesus freaks? I got some Jesus freaks in the damn chat room. Pray for Jesus the Lord.
There's someone who was talking about this here.
Damn Jesus and your Lord. Let your Lord go suck cock.
But I see Joby saying that Joby, that was Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe that first said that to Obama. Okay, I didn't know it was Robert Mugabe who said it first.
Yeah, Mugabe corrupt ass. I used to get right. That's Mugabe corrupt ass who died a few years ago. Corrupt ass nigga.
Yeah, he's talking about when we had, because I was trying to check a video from 9 years ago and a video that recently was made in 2023, and the same was that we had this guy telling Ruto, you go practice, gaze him first and tell us how it feels and show us the way. This also, the 9 years ago, someone also said the same thing to Uhuru. If you want to introduce this, you do it as an example first. Let's see literally how it's done. Then we follow the same.
That's right. Let's hear a man fuck you in the ass first. That's it.
Exactly. Then we follow the suit. But I say Big Cheese is saying that this is white media hit piece of African sexuality to cause weakness and confusion. White supremacy is genius, unfortunately. I say that. I was trying to understand how wickedly, how wicked, brilliantly wicked are you? It's a brilliant type of wickedness that is just unfathomable, unprocessable in the brain. It's just crazy.
All right. We're brilliantly wicked, niggas.
It's saying that he's more concerned with the homosexual. That's why I called him a coon. Joe Mosquito. You're saying that he's a straight up agent. Of course he is. That's why I called him a coon, because he's literally defending the bill to be passed. It's like, no, the LGBTQ have a right, and you can even
Who was doing that? Who was doing that?
This guy, I was sharing his video just right now.
Okay.
I was sharing his video right now.
So back to Virginia, the state of Virginia. This goes to Katie. If I get anything, I'll leave Africa and I'll leave it. Well, you see that? You see them people left Africa and Kenya. They live in Virginia, America, and they son dead. So what is the Kenyan government supposed to do, Joby? They're not in Kenya.
They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna do anything. Keep know
this.
Right. You know this.
Yeah, right. They're not gonna do shit. I guess America.
I was saying, let's just give it a perfect example. We have just here, not even far away. Just the northern whatever side of it is, the Arabic countries, right? We've seen Africans going there, and what our agents, rather the representatives we have, what they have to come and say is that women are the problem when they go to these Arabic countries.
That's right.
This is the
a weekend Arab country. So what are they gonna do with the most powerful country in the world? Not a damn thing. And they ain't gonna say nothing to goofy Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Abu Dhabi and all that. You think they're gonna say shit to America? Like, man, you better shut the fuck up.
They can barely talk to China.
They won't even come out and say, that was crazy. He's supposed to die or some shit.
You're breaking. You're breaking. You are breaking. But before we wind up, let me get to read what Blinken is saying on this issue of Museveni not agreeing with the LGBTQ rights. Okay? So they're saying that the US has urged Uganda to reconsider the new anti-LGBTQ law. Reconsider, okay? It's like a demand. The audacity in these people, They're saying that the US Secretary of State... Keith, you're breaking. You are breaking totally. I can't even hear a bit of what you're saying. But they're saying that the US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has said anti-LGBTQ draft legislation passed by Uganda Parliament today undermines fundamental human rights and urged the government to reconsider implementing it. And the hastily passed bill says anyone identifying themselves as LGBTQ could face a long-time prison sentence, and individuals belonging to organizations supporting minority rights could also go to jail. And the legislation goes much further than Uganda existent laws, which bans homosexual activity. And to become law, it needs to be signed by President Yoweri Museveni, who has expressed anti-LGBTQ sentiments, and the rights groups and opposition politicians have said the bill promotes homophobia and transphobia, and that's on period. Of course, it does promote that. There's no debate on that. It does promote that. But the US, you saw 9 years ago, they said we are urging Uganda to consider this. But still 9 years later, they still come again with the same anti-LGBTQ rules you refused. Sign this. You don't want to sign it. They're forcing it. It's a warfare now. It's like a warfare. You accept it, you don't accept it, we force it. It's just super crazy. It's just super, super insane. But I do hope that Museveni stands firm with his decision as I get to wind up. I hope Museveni stands firm with his decision and not to back away, not to be threatened. But of course, personally, what I feel, if he ends up not agreeing, we'll not definitely lose on the seat. We're going to be hearing Museveni, is hospitalized, because right now he's not going with the Europeans' agenda. Not literally all of them. Of course, we saw with the oil project that is going on, the deal signed between Tanzania and Uganda. The Europeans are so much in demand of that oil, and they even put in pressure and applying it. Like, what's the delay about? Already had everything set. What's going on? It just shows the white supremacy has really taken over Africa super bad, to this point where we see even a president. Why are you a president if literally what you say is not the final say here in Africa? someone has to literally debate about it. A white person, especially, not even a black person. You know, it's a white person debating about your culture. As who? We need to think about that seriously, and we need to seriously. That's why you're seeing people demonstrating because of these laws they're trying to also enforce in schools. You're seeing even now, it's a threat even now to children in schools. Like, you know, you can find a boy, it's a boy in a girl's rooms, but he's a lady. He's considered a lady, you know. And he has Adam's apple. I saw someone describing Adam's apple. Like, I saw a man, he had Adam's apple, but he's wearing like a lady and all that. It was funny, but a man is a man. Let a woman be a woman. And that's period. But I see Big Cheese is saying that, tell Katie the same people in control of America are in control of Africa, unfortunately. Of course, I think I had one today. Is it yesterday or yesterday when she was talking about coming to America? She wants the American dream. Unfortunately, the people who control the American dream are the same people controlling Africa. Yeah, I think she knows that. I don't know why she's not processing that completely. She knows that, you know, she does know that. But for me, we are coming to the end. I'm so sorry, Keith, if you can hear me from your end. I'm so sorry today we couldn't have this conversation with you. But I do hope for those who have been with me on the chat, despite it all, you have enjoyed it. For those who shall be watching the replay, I hope you get to enjoy. Leave a comment below and let us know how you feel about today's conversation. We've covered the story of Ivron. Is it Ivron Otieno? And personally, I believe, like I said, Black lives are supposed to be protected, not just in America, even here in Africa, because I believe we are all under a threat. We're all under the threat of the white supremacy here in Africa and outside the African continent. And the second thing I also spoke about was Nigeria, where they're being forced to, you know, move to the digital currency. And of course, you know where this is heading. We should not agree to this. If Nigeria accepts it, we're done. We are done. We're super done. And I also shared a video regarding the banks collapsing, the COVID-19, and you see what they're doing even right now, advising people to take more 19 shots. Do not do that. Be on the know. You already know right now. If you go take it, another one in the name of the booster, then it's all on you. It's all on you. But I'm wrapping it up there. But I think Keith is here as we get to say bye-bye. Kwaherini. Keith, any closing remarks? You've missed the show.
Closing remarks? No, I ain't been on the show. Let me say my few words for a second. Shit, I'm in the woods. I'm in the backwoods. First of all, let me say this. Let me take about 15 minutes. Probably gonna go out in it. If I go out anyway. First of all, these bootlicking handkerchief head Negroes never gonna say that. When that guy got killed, I knew Benjamin Crump was coming. Hey, listen here, Kenyan lady, we gotta get the bag. So don't be talking crazy about white folks. We gotta get this bag first. Hey, I want to tell you what's part of Kenya. I'm gonna tell you what's part of Kenya and what's now, this what you gonna say to get the bag. Your son dead, yes, that. We gotta get that bag. That's why you brought me in here. We gotta get the bag of money. We don't give. Go ahead.
It's very simple for us to conclude. You remember when we were discussing the story of a Kenyan lady who went missing in this country? Is it a country?
Not this country. In America. In Wyoming, Joby. Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah, in Wyoming. Till to date, no one has ever figured out the story. Kenya was following up, and then everything went silent. So you know what's going to happen with this guy.
Well, she's dead and stinking. The wild animals already ate her ass up there in Wyoming. Got all kind of bears and wolves and shit. And the animals already ate her ass up. So you want to be a white people, you love white. You love white daddy. That's what happened to you. We got Africa, you don't know about white people. Oh, I'm dating. What are you doing over there in America, baby? Mama, I'm dating Jesus, Mama. I'm dating Jesus. Yeah. He kind of smells funny, though, Mama. Don't worry about it. You send money home. You send money back to Kenya. For us. You got that white side. You send money. But he ain't got no money, Mama. He got my credit cards and shit. What? He's got your credit cards? Yeah. Don't worry about it. You'll have money eventually. He's a white side.
You know, that's why Joe Mosquito, he killed me with the 15 minutes closing remarks. And he knows how to do that better. He knows.
I said 16. I said 16. It's my closing remark. So, also, you notice, you notice every African leader is an absolute moron on purpose. Ruto is a moron, a mental an idiot. Museveni is an idiot. You know, you got it figured out. You got maybe two now. You got the leader, guy that Kofi Adada Doodle nigga. And he's smart, but he's corrupt as shit. Most of my idiots and corrupt. You know, he's not an idiot. It's like Kagame's not an idiot. But you know, you like to go these African leaders like, God, everybody's so fucking stupid. That's on purpose, niggas. You ain't never worried about so fucking stupid. All these leaders are fucking morons from the motherfucking Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Togo, Nigeria. With Bahari in it. Bahari's an absolute moron. You gotta figure it out.
Museveni.
Museveni's a moron too. Museveni is a priceless moron. He's the gift that keeps on giving. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Talking about under-eating, overeating, halfway eating, somebody eating them. Talking about, you know, he's the moron that keeps on giving. You're like, this dude's a president of a whole African country? Yeah. Like, God damn. God damn. So, like Uhuru, he wasn't an idiot either. He was a smart cat. He was groomed to be president. He's a little bit smarter. But, you know, Uhuru wasn't an idiot. He corrupt as shit. You know, corrupt as hell. So, you know, Kofi Adada Doodle gonna give them people their land back? Hell no. He gonna say, I don't know nothing about that land. You niggas kick a rock. So, I want you to know I want you guys to know this is how Africans have been set up from the best leadership in the past. Africa, you couldn't be leader of an African kingdom unless you would deserve it to be. Now you got these puppets and these mismanaged. It's not the Africans mismanaged. They're put in power by these Europeans, these morons. And you look at it, you're like, God damn, how can it be? All these African leaders are fucking stupid. That's on purpose. You're like, it's like when you see these African leaders go to these summits, it's like a walking thing of retarded people. These motherfuckers are borderline retarded. Like, what? What is going on? like I got 5 more minutes, nigga, so calm down. So
who's complaining?
But Museveni was back in the 80s when they first put him in power. Reagan put him in power, and they were talking about Idi Amin. And this bootlicking hanging to head nigga had a suit on that was too big. Ronald Reagan said, yeah, we got rid of Idi Amin. And then bootlicking ass Museveni said, yeah, boss, I've been fighting him longer than you. He said, that's right, son. He called Museveni a son smack and pat him on the head like a child. Like, that's right. I was fighting Idi Amin longer than you. No, you wasn't, stupid. They funded your dumb ass, moron. Anyone took Idi Amin out of power, you idiot. No. No. That's why Africa doesn't, these despots.
Mm-hmm.
I think I covered everything, Joey. Joey started off first with the dude getting killed. But that's the first thing you start with, the guy getting killed. He's African and he came to America. But that's the first story.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm trying to cover all the story. So he got killed because he's black in America.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got murdered. Any Kenyan, but that won't stop no Africans still want to leave Africa because Africa's so fucked up as far as the government. Not the people, not the land, but the corruption. That's it. A Kenyan getting murdered like fuck. If I went to Kenya today, I got 10 passports. can live here. I bet you 10 out of 10 niggas in Kenya would jump on it, 10 out of 10 niggas in Ghana and Nigeria, they'd break my back to get them damn. So here you go. I get a passport and a visa. You ain't got to come out. You can live in them, not visit, live in the United States. Now, you know they just killed the Kenyan over there. They choked him to death. I don't give a shit about him. Give me that goddamn visa. That has to be on the first plane smoking. Where can I live? I said, well, you see, she lives in Virginia because most Kenyans live in that DMV area. From Maryland and Virginia and D.C. I told you, most Kenyans Americans live in Maryland, D.C. and Virginia. So there's no mystery to me why these Kenyans lived in Virginia. That's where most of them live at. Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. That's where you find most of the Kenyans at. But, you know, you got to understand, they don't like you. They don't like black people. I know in Africa you haven't taught this. When I tell you, you get mad. So be why don't you like the Mzungu? Because the Mzungu don't like you, nigga. I know you got a false, you've been told the media they like you and Jesus. They don't like you, nigga. They like to exploit you. They like to get money from you. They like to dominate you. But they don't like you. And you haven't understood that. When you get to America, your mind's all fucked up. You understand the racism? You're like, what? What? What about white Jesus and loving and they love me? Well, nigga, they don't love you. Now you're in the real world. Now you're white supremacy 2.0. You ain't in Kenya or Ghana where you ain't seen you don't see them day to day. You see them every now and then because they ain't Kenya, they ain't Ghana, but you don't think they control your lives. But in America, it's in your face. It's up close and personal. It's in your face. You like, what the hell's going on? I got the Mzungu like me. He's my friend. No, nigga, you getting the real deal now, nigga. Oh no. Oh no, nigga. He's not gonna ask you what you'll still be caught in your tribal shit. You'll meet another Kenyan's been in for another. He might be a Lu. You may be a Kikuyu. You tell me, I'm not part of him. He's a Lu. I'm a Kikuyu. They said, nigga, if you don't get your ass in the back of this squad car, I'm gonna beat that shit out your ass. I don't know what a fucking Lu is, and I damn sure don't know what a Kikuyu is. But you better get your black ass in the back of this squad car. I'm gonna beat that shit out your ass. You'll be just talking that tribal shit over like, listen, I don't know what you're trying. I don't, what? They look at you crazy. That beat you because you made him mad. You confuse them with that tribal shit. I stop fucking, nigga, if you don't get your ass in the back of this squad car, I'm gonna beat your head open to the white meat. What the hell you talking about? I don't know nothing about, you with these black people. No, I don't even, so those are Lua from Kenya. I'm a Kikuyu. You a nigga to me. You a nigga. He's a nigga, and you a nigga. And you better get your nigga ass in the back of this squad car. So then y'all messed up because you're still in that tribal shit that don't work nowhere outside of Africa. You still caught in that tribal shit that don't work nowhere in the world but Africa. You're like, what? They don't do the tribe thing. Nobody knows your tribe and gives a fuck about it. So with that, family, let me end it. I just want to come in. I've been trying to get on this live for 2 damn hours. Just crazy. You said when Africans and Americans see black Americans put hands on these creatures, they get real. Well, hell yeah, they get exactly right because they have reverence for these damn white people, right? And I noticed that too when I moved from LA to DC, right? When you put hands on these crackers, I told you my first Africans I met were Ethiopians and Kenyans. And so when you put hands on these crackers, get to knocking their ass out, they're like, oh, they be shocked because they scared of crackers. Oh, it's like you beating up Jesus in front of their ass. Oh, 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 oh. They get to going crazy. You get to knocking these crackers like, did this work, cracker? Oh my God, why did you have to beat up the white man? Why did you do that? Well, the white man tried to, shoot me and kill me. But why? He's Jesus. You should have let them kill you. You should have let them kill your black ass. He's white and you're black. He's white and you're black. You know, they still got the thing that they think white people better than them. So when you put hands on them, they lose their mind. They can't believe you're knocking white Jesus in the mouth. What? What are you doing? What are you doing so violently? That's the Nigerians. The Nigerians are worse than the Nigerians. I hate to say it. They are the worst. They are the worst when you're putting this work on these Europeans. They are the worst. Oh my God, brother. What did he do? What did the white man? Why are you so violent against the white man? What are you doing? They're worse than these Jamaican niggas. Jamaicans are probably the second. These Jamaican niggas are probably the second. More than the Kenyans, these Jamaican niggas are the worst. That's how you know these Jamaicans came from Nigeria. They are the two worst motherfuckers on the planet in cooning and loving white people, boy. You knock a white person out in front of a Kenyan and a Nigerian, a Jamaican and a goddamn Nigerian, go, oh my God. My sweet Jesus, have mercy on your soul. My sweet Jesus, have mercy on your soul. As much Bob Marley shit as they listen to, these damn Jamaicans. Right? But Bob Marley was talking about Africans unite, we must stop. And he was a mulatto. He wasn't a few mulattoes you could trust. If Bob Marley was a mulatto, Africans must unite, you must start a black woman. Jamaicans ain't heard none of that shit. Jamaicans the first one. Where the white brother? Where the white women at? Where are the white women? I must put my Jamaican seed in the white woman. The white woman, bumble clot, and white women. So these movies, hours, Joe, 3 movie hours. They are for 3 more hours. 3 more hours, get out of here. So, you know, they're the worst. These Jamaicans, boys, supposed to be pro-African and all that shit. You put a white woman in front of Jamaica, he'll knock your ass, he'll run your ass over to get the white woman. Hey, Jim Mosquito. I'm at Jim Mosquito. Hey, Jim Mosquito. Up there in England. You got the Jamaicans in England. Do them Jamaicans be cooning in England for white women? Tell the truth. Don't be lying. Tell the truth, Jim Mosquito. Don't them Jamaicans in England? Don't the Jamaicans in England be cooning for the white woman? Tell the truth, nigga. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil, nigga. Yeah. Tell the truth and shame the devil, Joe Mosquito. You know you seen it. You seen these Jamaican niggas. They'll knock your ass over. And they'll call you brother with one hand and knock you over with the left. Get out the way. You see that white woman right there. That's my white woman. So, I'm saying, when you put hands, and that's the problem why we're dominant, because you can't, as Joby always has now learned so good, your minds have been indoctrinated so much that you worship the people that you shouldn't worship, and it allows you to be dominated and to steal from you. That's why Jamaica's all fucked up. Jamaica's just as fucked up as any African country. Chinese run everything over there. They own the ports and all kind of shit. You said the motherfuckers love their milk. That's right. The milk and McNeese. That's right. That's keeping 100. That's right, Jim Mosquito. I don't know what yours guy has that, but that's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact. You tell the truth and say the devil. That's why Joby marked off Jamaica. First it was Jamaica and South Africa. She was gonna get a man. Now she kind of marked off Jamaica. You Jamaican niggas, you get out of here. I listen to your music, but I'm not fucking with you. They'll run Joby little pretty ass over to get the white woman. You get your ass out the way, nigga. Get out the way. You see that white woman. Joby say, I'm the prize though. You ain't no prize. You see that white woman there. But get your ass out the way. all that goofy black shit. I had to learn that. All that goofy black shit these Jamaicans talk, that shit all baloney. They'll throw your ass on the bus for a white woman. That's why I knew. I said, these Jamaican niggas must have came from Nigeria. They must have got these slavery niggas in Nigeria. And knock your ass over the head to get them a white woman. Get your ass out the way. They'll wake your child out. I'm gonna let Joby go to sleep. Joby might be back there. Joby might be back there cooking.
Yeah, I'm cooking. It's my time to cook right now. Work your I'm not Jamaican.
She got a Jamaican man. She better learn how to cook some Jamaican meals. You cook You cook me some oxtail down.
I'm not cooking for nobody. Okay?
Oh shit! Watch out! Watch out!
I'm not cooking for nobody.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm about to bring that guy. Hey, is that guy coming to the studio tomorrow? That guy from Bad News Radio with bad idea?
Yes.
Damn, I wish we had the phone hooked up. We didn't get that guy from Bad Ideas coming over there tomorrow, you guys. Ain't gonna tell shit. Huh?
We'll be having a DJ session tomorrow. So you guys, if you can tune in on the radio, we shall be having a live DJ session for those who shall be up for the Vibes show. That is.
Oh yeah, if you guys up, yeah, they're gonna have. I guess gonna create live DJ. Cool. So he gonna tell me, you stupid woman. What he goes, Shimoni? You stupid bitch. God damn. What you say, Joby?
You dumb bitch.
Yeah, you dumb bitch. I said, you dumb bitch. God damn. The Big T said that was his hero. But he'll be on the show tomorrow coming to visit too. Joby better not tell him she's not going to be cooking for nobody. How dare you? You're not going to cook for your man? How dare you?
I'll cook for them. I'll cook for them. I love cooking for people, but I'm very picky about cooking.
You do? I get that. I do. How you do? I told, hey, Joby, you can't be cooking for everybody. You got the whole neighborhood coming in there to eat. God damn.
I love cooking for people. I think I love when I have people around. I love making them feel at home. Like just that's.
They got enough people in there. I mean, enough food.
Sorry.
We got enough food in there. So you gotta go out and get some in the morning.
I'll call you in the morning to let you know what we'll need. But I think we'll do garlic.
I don't know if you like letting people feel at home, because this weekend you was out there beating people's ass.
No, this weekend I didn't feed anyone. It was just juice. This weekend is just juice they took. I didn't even cook for anyone. I didn't cook for anyone.
It's hard to cook for people, Joby, out there beat people's ass, slapping people in the head. And you guys remember Josephine Hannah used to be in the background sometime with Joby? Joby done whipped these girls' ass. Joby done did a Benjamin Crump on their ass. You bitches. Better watch your damn mouth, you bitches. Is it cooking, shopping, and fighting? Joby's favorite pastime. Joby don't do too much shopping. Joby saves all her money. Joby really don't do too much shopping. Maybe Lizzie got to have a goddamn sugar daddy. Where'd she get all them damn clothes from? Shit. Nope. Now Joby do got like 1,000 pair of shoes. Shit crazy. But for most Joby outfits, she already has. Joby doesn't do too much shopping, to tell you the truth. Not that I've seen. I think she mostly saves her money. I haven't seen Joby do too much shopping. I think she must. What'd you say, Joby?
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, yeah, Joby do most. Joby saves most of her money, or or Jovi's getting extorted by her family members. Jovi, I know you got some money. I need $200. Oh, please.
No.
Jovi get the card, please. Jovi, the devil's gonna get you, girl. I'm gonna curse you with my I'm gonna curse you with my non-existent powers. Give me the money. Remember that kind of crazy shit to Jovi to get money. How dare you, Jovi? You think that because you're doing good? I'm not supposed to get some money from you? You're eating all your deli and your chicken and your KFC. You're getting KFC. You got a maid. But I'm sitting in the village and I'm hungry. Your grandmama, I'm your grandmama, and my stomach is touching my backbone, girl. What are you doing in Nairobi? All these crazy motherfuckers, the cousins, the aunts. Motherfuckers are calling Jovi for money. That shit funny. Just imagine Jovi was born in Los Angeles, man. Oh, she wouldn't be as sweet as she was. Jovi be mean and shit if she born in LA. She wouldn't have an African kindness. Jason, you know, she'd be mean as hell. She born in LA. She born out of African, you know, the femininity, the loving nature.
I am kind. You guys don't get it wrong. I'm kind. I'm very kind.
I know she wouldn't. She born in Los Angeles, Jason. She wouldn't be kind. All that kind should be gone. You know that kind should be out the window. She like one of them housewives of Atlanta motherfuckers. Yeah, I told his ass, you get your shit, nigga, and better pay me my money. Look at my house and fuck you and your mama. Damn, fuck my mama too. Yeah, fuck you. Tell you when you see your mama, tell her I said fuck her too. Damn, my mama? That's right. Now get your shit and get out. Ah, wow, okay. Be that kind of bullshit. Like, oh man, okay, all right, cool, all right. No, Because they be born in this culture. That's why the Kenyan women that are born in this culture are fucked up. And I like the Kenyan women in Kenya. Kenyan women in America like the same. They like every African Americans there. They're not like the Kenyan women. Take a Kenyan woman born in America, take her ass back to Kenya. They won't know she's Kenyan unless she says something. And her behavior wouldn't be Kenyan if she's born in that system. She'd be just as bad as every other African American woman behavior. I know. Now these Africans get to talking to her crazy over in Kenya. She finally gets back like at 21 to go visit family for the first time. And these Africans men are talking to her like she's crazy and shit because they think she's like a regular Kenyan. She open her mouth and say, I don't know who the fuck you think I am and who the fuck you think you talking to. They're like, what? Yeah. Fuck you think you got me all the way fucked up. You married a Kenyan man, he wouldn't know how to relate. You got some Kenyan girl telling him, you got me all the way fucked up. Better get your mouth right when you're talking to me. What kind of behavior is this? What you say, Joey?
I'm asking Big Cheese what's a creep and a blood. He's saying if I was born in Los Angeles, I'd be married to a creep.
Those are the gangs. That's like a tribe. Those are gangs, Joey. What black gangs that kill each other? My family was affiliated with the Crips. My sister was deep. My older sister who passed away was deep in that shit until she finally went. You know, as a teenager, she was deep in that Crip shit and had the 64. 64 means a car. Just a 64 Chevy. Had the hydraulics and everything. The lowriders that bounced and all that shit. Had the blue, all that shit on it. My grandma like, oh baby, you're gonna get killed in these streets. So,
I don't believe I would be because we also have those type of groups here. And I used to be actually not really one of them, but I used to be a little bit gangster, like you know. Like
yeah, see, yeah, I know you did. See, so you would have been, so you would have been like the girls in LA. You would have been jumped. They would have, Because in LA they gotta jump you into the gang. They beat your ass to get in, and they got and the only way you get out, they gotta beat your ass and they jump you in.
No,
They jump you out.
I was always, for me, I was always harsh. Like people always scared of me because of my tone. Because I think my tone and my attitude and tone tells it all.
This ain't Africa, Joby. Ain't nobody in LA worry about your tone. No other girl's gonna be scared of your tone.
Like, my tone and attitude says it all. So for me, my first fight was when I was finishing high school. I was never that type of a person who would fight you. I'd come confront you just like that, threaten you, then walk away. But the first fight,
it ain't Africa, Joe. But you confront somebody about one girl, they coming back, they jumping you, they beating your ass. Ain't gonna be one girl you confront. It's gonna be a bunch of them. They gonna come back and say, "Hey, I heard you was talking shit to my girl." He said, "What? I was talking to her?" Yeah. And then as soon as you know it, they whipping your ass. They beat.
I lost Keith again, right?
I'm here. I had to spit. That shit was all in my mouth. I'm still. I'm here. I'm cool. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, of course you love low riders. Of course you do, Jake. That was our culture. My sister had a real nice one, real nice 64 blue. I have a picture of it, but I think when I got divorced, my wife tore all that shit up, all my pictures up. But then my grandmother was all scared for her and shit. Baby, you had in them streets. They gonna see. That was the sis that got me drug connections and got me, able to sell crack. Not that that's a good thing or nothing, but that was the sis, my sister Tanya. So she was the one that was able to get those connections in LA and get me hooked up in the crack game. Exactly. Mom, grandmother, everybody else. Kitchen sink, got the Vaseline ready to go. And one thing about Jake, just black people, I just LA, when you fight somebody, it ain't over. Even though you win, you better watch your back because they coming back to fuck you up. It ain't never over. It ain't never over. Shit. You better watch your back. You better watch your damn back. Okay, 1957 Bel Air. Those old cars, man, are hard to keep up because you can't really find the parts for them damn things. Even back then. You can't even find the parts of them old ass cars that's 60 years old like that. Them parts are expensive. Guys walking here with me. Let me see if they got something to eat. Start. Walking here with me, guys. Brother, crazy. Now it's hot as hell over here in West Texas. A couple of days ago it was cold as shit. Well, it don't make no damn sense. I was like, damn, it's 80 degrees out here. Man, a couple of days ago it was cold as shit. Windy and cold. Yeah. I like that guy. He's talking all crazy. Nobody wants to be happy. Nobody. You're not supposed to be happy. Then what the fuck am I supposed to be? I'm supposed to be all fucked up and unhappy. Yeah. What a fucked up life is that? I'm happy. I like being happy. Life kid happy. I'm bad. But guys, I can't believe it's a year already. Next Wednesday is Katie's birthday, so let me know if you guys want to give her something. I think you get cheese, you gotta give her something last year. Appreciate it. But you guys know, I can't believe it's a year already. Remember last year they was in Tanzania. They were out at the beach when they gave her her cake. I think it was at the reggae place last year. That's a year already.
It's been 2 years for me being on Blackout Fire Network. It's been 2 years.
I know that, but I'm talking about last year was the year for Katie at her birthday.
How does it feel, you guys, watching Joby, listening to Joby? 2 years. Tell me the growth. Let's talk about it as we wind up.
Talk about the growth. Been pretty fucked up.
What?
You can see that. There's a windstorm. I'm back to washing my hands. No. Yeah, the growth has been amazing. Really amazing. Much more than Cammy, even Ruby's eye for that period of time. Your level of knowledge. I don't know if Cammy ever got as knowledgeable as you. I don't know. Cammy was good. I don't know if Cammy ever got as knowledgeable as knowledgeable as you. But then again, my memory may be fucked up. But I don't think she did. Okay. Anybody at this cash register? Anybody at the register?
3 months of greatness.
Okay. Yeah, let me get
So Joby.
No, not wrong. But let me get some mac and cheese. That's gonna do it. Yeah. Over here. Okay.
Okay, so I guess you guys were done. I don't know. There's nothing much to talk about.
I'm still here. Calm down. No, I don't got anything on me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Call. Okay. Okay, try to, yeah, give me a yeah. Let me put you and stuff, check out stuff over here, boy. Oh, they got a receipt. Yeah, but y'all, doing some stuff, check out over here. That forgive me. Got some napkins over here. Napkins right here. I was trying to mute my mic because I'm always opening up my mic when I'm trying to get food, so I was trying to be respectful. You know, I want nobody to eat that restaurant, put bacon in the mac and cheese. I don't know. I don't think so. Who puts bacon in their mac and cheese? I'm looking at it. I don't see no bacon. I don't do the pork, man. I mean, instead I'm still eating the chicken, but it's baked. I got baked chicken. so, but I did have fried chicken yesterday, so I can't lie. I had Popeyes yesterday, I ain't gonna lie. That shit was good to the motherfucker. I'm not gonna try to front. I'm not supposed to eat that shit, but I ate that. I was in San Antonio, right? I stopped in at the Popeyes. I said, man, let me get some of this damn Popeyes. I didn't want no damn hamburger. I didn't want no next door was a Burger King. I ain't want no man. I want no damn hamburger shit. Get some of this damn chicken. So, buttermilk. When you get Popeyes, it's done right. It's hot. I can't lie. When it's hot and the biscuits are made right, they all fucked up. They all fluffy and you got the strawberry jelly, man. That's why I'm so fucking out of shape. Goddamn it. I gotta get to Africa so I can eat some goddamn organic food. And I don't mean no goddamn ugali. I stay with that shit too. That's dark ass shit. So, like I said, ate that shit up like it wasn't nothing. That was a 4-piece combo. I'm mad that they got rid of the dirty rice though. I told you, I'm mad they got rid of the dirty rice though, man. All the Popeyes got rid of all that damn the Cajun rice. That's one of the few rices I love and I eat. So, I'm mad they got rid of them, especially with spicy. You had me cracking up with it. 3 months of so-so, Joby. 3 months of greatness. 4 months of so-so, Joby.
What's so-so?
Go so-so, just okay. So-so means just okay. Yeah, 3 months of greatness and 21 months of just being just okay.
Just okay. All right. Just okay, it's okay then. I guess it's okay. It's still okay.
He's messing with you. But
well,
I'm gonna wrap up at Joby sleep and call me tomorrow, Joby, if you gotta get some food. I got seen the money tomorrow for Katie's present and her cake, man. And man, can you guys imagine? Hey, how much a birthday cake usually with you guys, right? In Africa, it's like $20, fam. Guys ever come in buying cakes for my kids? They're like $12, big, $12 to $15. Africa, that shit $20. So a lot of shit in Africa the prices don't make sense. Everything be over. Like KFC. KFC is expensive as shit in Africa, y'all. You get a bucket of KFC for $10. And that shit be nasty. Man, you won't get me fuck with no KFC. I learned my lesson. They got me the last time I tried it again. I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Seems like tomorrow. Right. Oh my God. Oh no.
What happened tomorrow, Joe? What happened with that?
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just seeing that tomorrow we might not have electricity.
See, they already tell you. Getting like South Africa, they even announced it. Tomorrow, no electricity. Uh-oh. They announced it, see? They even announced it. They know it's on purpose. They know it's not an accident. It's not an accident. They say, oh, we're sorry. It's not sorry. It's on purpose. They're not having no electricity. It's on purpose. So shout out to Nish and G, man. I'm gonna be going back to Houston. Shout out to you guys. I won't be seeing you, but that's it. So Joby, I'll wrap it up, Joby. I hit the end thing. All right, family. I'll end it. Your food not ready yet, Joby? What you making? Ugali and what else?
No, I'm making pilau.
Okay. That shit ain't all soupy, is it? You ain't got a bunch of salt.
No. It's just dried rice. It's dried. I'm still trying to check if we're live.
It must be. Everybody gone though. It says live, don't it?
So they see only 7 people in the chat.
I know. I wonder
This
what happened.
video has been removed. It has been removed.
What's it on? What's it on? Keith Newsom Live or the other channel?
Keith Newsom. On Keith Newsom.
Move for what?
Damn. It has been removed.
Yeah, because we were talking about people beating up people, the gang. I don't know. How's that going to be removed? Because we talking about the same shit everybody else talks about. Gang
I know,
violence.
right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up,
All
Joe.
right.
So, much love, Joe. We have a good